The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod Communications, GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Kentuckiana Football Friday starts now.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another beautiful Friday night in Southern Indiana. Mike Beck and Paul Love with you tonight at the Jeffersonville High School. At Jeffersonville hosting the Floyd Central Highlanders tonight in a Hoosier Hills Conference matchup. It's going to be a great ball game, and we're looking forward to being here. Paul, on the other side of the field, still working to get some coaches' interviews. We'll see if that gets accomplished. But one thing we can say, these two teams have no love for one another, no love-loss for one another. Both teams in the Hoosier Hills Conference. Jeffersonville coming in tonight on a 2-2 run. They got a big win last week against Madison in the rain. Well, actually in good weather. The rain was the week before. Last week, Floyd Central went up to Seymour and pulled off a win. So both teams coming here on a winning note. They'll clash tonight. One team will go home with another loss under their belt. Game time weather tonight. It has gotten warm here after a series of very cool and wet days. Temperatures up into the mid-80s. Game time temperature right now, sunshine and 83 degrees as we prepare to bring you this game between the Highlanders and the Red Devils. We'll go ahead and take our first break. When we come back, we'll kind of look at these teams and hopefully get some coaches' comments. We'll see if we can pull that off. That's all still to come here in our pregame coverage as that gets underway right after this on Glycod.com.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
You're busy, always on the go, and when you need your car repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop and Auto Service, you can now make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and are family owned and operated. They've been serving your family since 1954. At 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. Call Call's Collision Repair at 949-5245. For mechanical repair, it's 948-2778. That's Call's Body Shop and Auto Service. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
Class, make sure you have the textbook by Monday. It's only $500 in the bookstore.
Being a student is expensive. Don't let fees at your bank be an added expense. With a Centra Free checking account, you'll have access to more than 5,000 shared branch locations and nearly 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. And when we say free, we mean it. Stop in at your nearest Centra location to open a free checking account or visit us online at Centra.org to open one from the comfort of your own home. Central Credit Union, centered around you, federally insured by NCUA.
Kentuckiana Insurance Center in Sellersburg protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. They're a full-service, independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing superior service and the best coverage possible. A pace-setter agency for 28 years, Kentuckiana Insurance Center was awarded Motorist Coveted Pace-Setter designation, the top recognition the company awards agents. Choose a Motorist Pace-Setter agent to get the protection and security you need. Motorist Insurance, you know us. Call Earl of Bonneville or Larry Shepard at 812-246-4700.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Kentuckiana Insurance Center at 110 East Utica Street in Sellersburg. Independent insurance agents for 30 years. Contact Earl Bonneville or Larry Shepard at 812-246-4700.
This may be what we call a very abbreviated coach's comments, as Paul Love is still down on the field chasing coaches down. Mike Buck up here in the booth, and I will tell you a little bit about what I know about the Floyd Central Highlanders coach. That's Brian Gleason. Coach Gleason's been in the green and gold for a number of years now, but this may be his most challenging season yet as he's dealing with a form of leukemia, blood cancer, and battling that and coaching the team at the same time, and that is yeoman's work for anyone. It's hard to go through chemotherapy and all the treatments that go along with that. Add on top of it the stress and the physicality of coaching a high school football team, and you got to tip your hat to Coach Gleason. And that is kind of the story of him. He's focusing as best he can on his program, and other than a stumble out of the gate against Male High School, Floyd Central put together 3 impressive wins back-to-back. Tonight will be a real test, though, as they come in here to Jeffersonville. It's always tough here at Blair Field for the Highlanders, and this will tell them a lot about their team. I know Coach Gleason has really worked hard to get a balanced attack. He's always been a big fan of the running game, but if he's got a quarterback that can throw it, he's not afraid to put it up in the air, and he has just that quarterback in Matthew Weimer. He is a senior, 170-pound, 6'2", well-endowed quarterback. He's got a really nice arm, great form, and he's not afraid to put the ball down the field, stretch the field with his arm. And then the running game led by Devin Stykes, number 25, and Zach Rogers, a 1-2 punch there in the backfield, both of them seniors. And it's great when you've got 3 seniors in the backfield on an offensive squad. You know these players have been tried and tested, and hopefully they'll be able to perform tonight. Floyd Central, one of those programs that has been good year in and year out, and Coach Gleason is the one to give a great deal of credit for that, because no matter what the talent he's been handed, he always seems to find a way to get the Highlanders performing at a very high level. So hopefully we'll get some comments from him as Paul Love is trying to corral him on the sideline, and as Coach Coach Browning for the Red Devils. If we can get those comments, we will. But that is my take on the Highlanders. We'll take a break, come back, and look at the Red Devils here in just a moment. Find out what we can about this Jeffersonville squad. Sometimes perplexing. They can have a great night. They can have an off night. Just depends on where they're at and what's going on. The question is tonight which team will show up. We'll figure that out as the night progresses. Right now we'll go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we'll take a little bit closer look at the Jeffersonville Red Devils. That's right after this on GlideCod.com. Stay with us.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
And Floyd Knobs. Call Allstate agent Packy Page today.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
You're busy, always on the go, and when you need your car repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop and Auto Service, you can now make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and are family owned and operated. They've been serving your family since 1954. At 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. Call Call's Collision Repair at 949-5245. For mechanical repair, it's 948-2778. That's Call's Body Shop and Auto Service. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
Welcome back here to the action. Mike Beck, or should I say the pregame. There's no action yet on the field, as you can see from the camera. Teams have gone into the locker rooms. The band will be out here in just a moment, Jeffersonville band. I'll try to swing around and catch them over in the sideline. I don't know who designed this field, but I can tell you whoever it was did not like the fans or the people in the press box, because this is the only school that we go to where the field faces like due west. And as the setting sun comes down, it is incredibly difficult at times to see the action on the field. And it also is great on the iris for our camera, too. But that aside, let's talk about the Jeffersonville Red Devils. This is a tough place to play. I played here many years ago, and it was always tough to come into Jeffersonville because Jeffersonville gets up for their home games. The one knock on Jeffersonville the last several years, and especially the last 3 years under Coach Browning, has been inconsistency. One week they can play like the best team in the Hoosier Hills Conference. The next week they come out and they're flat. And the question is tonight, which team of the Red Devils will show up? I suspect that they'll be up for this game. The Hoosier Hills Conference, notwithstanding, this local game is a rivalry between the Highlanders and the Red Devils, and I expect that Coach Browning is going to have his team ears pinned back and ready to come out firing. That's the key to Jeffersonville, getting out fast and early. They like to stretch the field, move the ball quickly, gobble up big chunks of yardage when they can, and Floyd Central designed to stop that, so we'll see how quickly and how well Jeffersonville is able to execute on offense. Coach Browning, defensively, the Red Devils gave up a lot of points early in the season. They seem to have corrected that the last couple of weeks, albeit last week they played against Madison, which was not considered an offensive powerhouse. So it's really hard to tell, have they made improvements on the defensive side of the ball. That's one thing to watch tonight, because if Floyd Central gets on a roll, they can put points up, and they can do it in a hurry. We'll go ahead and take another break, and we'll get closer to kickoff. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. You're watching Glycod.com coverage of Jeffersonville and Floyd Central, and that's going to be coming your way very shortly, right here. Stay with us.
Westminster Village, Kentuckiana, a senior living community located in the heart of Clarksville, has been serving residents and the community for over 3 decades. Even if your needs change, your home doesn't have to. Independent apartments, assisted living, rehab programs, and skilled nursing. Call 812-282-9691 to schedule a tour and to find out more. Find Westminster Village, Kentuckiana on Facebook and online.
The W.M. Kelly Company, complete metal manufacturing located in New Albany. They are always looking for experienced welders and machine operators. If you're interested in becoming part of their team, contact W.M. Kelly's Human Resources Office at 812-945-3529 or send an email to info@wmkelly.com. W.M. Kelly. Designing, building, innovating.
Class, make sure you have the textbook by Monday. It's only $500 in the bookstore.
Being a student is expensive. Don't let fees at your bank be an added expense. With a Centra Free checking account, you'll have access to more than 5,000 shared branch locations and nearly 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. And when we say free, we mean it. Stop in at your nearest Centra location to open a free checking account or visit us online at Centra.org to open one from the comfort of your own home. Centra Credit Union, centered around you, federally insured by NCUA.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
You're busy, always on the go, and when you need your car repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop and Auto Service, you can now make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and are family owned and operated. They've been serving your family since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. Call Call's Collision Repair at 949-5245. For mechanical repair, it's 948-2778. That's Call's Body Shop and Auto Service. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana high school sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
High school, where the Red Devils take on the Highlanders of Floyd Central. And with me is Coach Alphonso Browning. Coach, up and down season so far this year. What are we looking for tonight?
We're looking for some fun and excitement tonight. We back at home. It's our second home game. We're looking to have a good time tonight.
That's great. I mean, that's what it's all about, and it's have fun, do what you love doing. So, listen, I've been haven't seen you this year so far, but I have read about Cam Fulner. He's your running back, and he's a guy you count on a whole lot, I guess. Who's running the show out there tonight, and who else are you going to be counting on?
Well, I'm running the show.
Well, I understand that, yeah.
But, I mean, we got plenty of talented guys. Cam is our senior leader, so we're definitely going to lean on him. We got some younger guys that's expected to do some big things, too. DeAndre Rutherford's been having a good season thus far. Our young quarterback's been doing pretty good so far. Isaiah Carter, another one of my receivers, is having a breakout season. We got quite a few guys that we're looking forward to showing everybody what they could do.
Floyd Central, you've been coaching now. What is this? You're how many years at Jeff here now?
This is my 11th total. Third year as a head coach.
Third year at head coach here, right. Floyd Central, as you know then, pretty strong running game throughout the years, but I read the stats last week, and they seem to throw the ball a little bit more than usual. What are you going to have to do to stop the Highlanders?
We're going to have to play some Red Devil football, man. We're going to be passionate about football. We're going to have to win the battle at the line of scrimmage, create some pressure on that quarterback. That quarterback's pretty good. And we just got to be physical, man, and take the game to Floyd Central tonight.
Well, again, both teams are up in the Hoosier Hill Conference, chasing Columbus East, as you always do, it seems like. Is everybody going to be healthy tonight? Are you missing anybody?
No, we're missing one key guy, but he'll be out. He's been out all season. He'll be out for a little while longer. We got the majority of the guys that's supposed to be playing with us right now out here today, so I think we're going to have some fun tonight.
Red Devil football coach, good luck tonight.
Red Devil pride, baby. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back at Dell Field, North Oldham.
Dr.
Many children in your community need a
From your
voice.
very
That's
first
why
call
you
for
should
your dental
volunteer
exam
for
and recare
CASA,
appointments, the warm
court-appointed
personal
special
care from
advocates who
Dr.
stand
Todd
for the
Carter
best
and his
interest
friendly
of
staff at
abused
Carter
and Many children in your community need a voice. That's why you should volunteer for CASA, court-appointed special advocates who stand for the best interest of abused and neglected children involved in the court system. CASA volunteers are ordinary community members, and as a volunteer, you'll receive plenty of training and have lots of resources to help you with your cases. For more information or to become a volunteer, contact your local CASA office or visit casaforchildren.org.
Westminster Village, Kentuckiana, a senior living community located in the heart of Clarksville, has been serving residents and the community for over 3 decades. Even if your needs change, your home doesn't have to. Independent apartments, assisted living, rehab programs, and skilled nursing. Call 812-282-9691 to schedule a tour and to find out more. Find Westminster Village, Kentuckiana on Facebook and online.
Class, make sure you have the textbook by Monday. It's only $500 in the bookstore.
Being a student is expensive. Don't let fees at your bank be an added expense. With a Central Free checking account, you'll have access to more than 5,000 shared branch locations and nearly 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. And when we say free, we mean it. Stop in at your nearest Central location to open a free checking account or visit us online at centra.org to open one from the comfort of your own home. Central Credit Union, centered around you, federally insured by NCUA.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana high school sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
This is Paul Love reporting for Glycod.com. Pregame here at Jeffersonville High School, where the Red Devils take on the Highlanders of Floyd Central, and I'm talking with head coach of the Floyd Central Highlanders, Brian Gleason. Coach, we're about halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go back in history with you, if you don't mind just a second. Fine. Okay.
That's fine.
I was assistant superintendent a few years ago at Clarksville, and you were the head football coach, okay?
Yeah.
And you hold a record I think is still true. You're the only coach that coached a team from Clarksville that beat Providence and Gene Sartini 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
so.
we did. We had some good teams back then. Those 2 years I was there. Clarksville's got a great football tradition. Going on some hard times right now, but they're going to get the ship righted there. But those were some good times there at Clarksville.
They were indeed, and again, I hated to see you go. I have to tell you, but I think you probably made the right move. You're in a good place now. So, hey, listen, you've always been known for your running game in high school. You've had some tremendous running backs that played for you, but I looked at the stats last year. You're putting the ball in the air a little bit more now.
Yeah, I think that's we throw it. We're going to do whatever it takes to move the ball. We got to get first downs, and whether it's running the ball, passing the ball, doing what it takes. Yeah, sure, we want to establish that running game, but if they're going to load that up and stop that, I think we're capable of throwing the ball as well.
And what do you think are the keys tonight? What do you need to do to beat the Devils?
We got to take care of the ball. Turnovers are always going to be a big key in this game. We got to get our running game going, and we can't allow the big play from Jeffersonville.
Big play indeed. I'm sure they've got their share of backs and receivers as well. Coach, how about your team? Everybody healthy, ready to go here tonight?
Well, we got a lot of guys banged up. We got a lot of guys out. We've had some bad luck with injuries. We've had some linemen that are out for the year with some knees. We got defensive back that's out for a while. I mean, we've had some bad luck, but that's football, But we'll put another guy in there, next man up at Floyd Central, and we'll do what we can.
Well, and that's football, and that's life too. Yeah. I need to ask you. You've been having some problems with your health here lately, sure. But I read all about you, man. I mean, tell you what, you haven't skipped a beat. It doesn't seem like me. How do you feel these days?
I lack energy. I'm going through chemo treatments right now, but I'm almost done with it. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Things are looking good. Just, if anybody, everyone's been affected by cancer, whether it's a family member or a friend or yourself. And, the chemo treatments knock you down pretty good. And you got to find that energy somewhere. And, it's been tough, but we've got a great senior leadership. I got great assistant coaches who have filled my void. It's just like football. When one guy goes down, next guy steps up. And it's the same with the head coach.
Absolutely, Coach, and I admire you for that. I really do. And good luck tonight. Big conference game, so you can't overlook that. You're 2-0 in conference.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, we beaten Madison and Seymour, and this is going to be a big test. Both teams need to win this game. It's it'll be a turning point in each team's season, I think.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call through your dental exam and recare appointments, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly.
This poll pregame.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call through your dental exam and recare appointments, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleanings to complex procedures. Call Annette or Joyce today at 812-944-5155 and see why 5 generations of patients still return to Carter Family Dentistry, located on Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
The Jeffersonville Red Devils strive for perfection on the field and on the court. And when it comes to your car stereo, Scott's Mobile Electronics has a passion for perfection. In a world of constant change, Scott's continues to get high marks for customer satisfaction and is trusted by such top brands as Sony and Pioneer. Because when you're behind the wheel, it's the sound you feel. Scott's Mobile Electronics is at 947 Wall Street in Jeffersonville. 812-218-8468.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office, reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Glycod Communications presents Kentuckiana Football Friday. Tonight's game is brought to you by Centra Credit Union for banking and financial services that are centered around you. By Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, quality technicians with a personal touch. By Kentuckiana Insurance Center, independent insurance agents serving Sellersburg for 30 years. By Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll, who reminds you not to text and drive. By W.M. Kelly Company in New Albany. Designing, building, innovating, and now hiring. By Voinier's Auto Air in Jeff. By Our Place, providing drug and alcohol education services throughout southern Indiana. And by Allstate agents Brian Wright and Packy Page. They put you in good hands. Now to the field for all the action of Kentuckiana Football Friday from Glycod Communications.
And welcome back here to the field. Mike Beck and Paul Love up in the booth, and we're ready for this game to get underway just a few minutes before kickoff on a beautiful night here in southern Indiana. Paul, good to be with you again.
Absolutely, and like you said, doesn't get any better than this weather-wise.
Yeah, this is actually warmer than it was last week when we were on the road up at Bedford and had another Hoosier Hills Conference matchup that went into double overtime. The Bulldogs took it on the chin. 41, and yeah, that was a cannon. And every time they score, you'll hear that, so be prepared for that tonight.
Get used to that one.
But you expect a high-scoring game tonight, Paul?
Just looking at the offensive averages, looking at Floyd Central, they scored 35, 62, 43, and 27, so they're good for 5 or 6 touchdowns, it seems like, a game.
Yeah.
And Jeffersonville, not too much different than that. They've scored 28, 35, 48, and 28. So, again, 4-touchdown night, but it's a big rivalry game, big Hoosier Hills Conference game, so who knows what effects that's going to have.
Well, we'll find out here as they're very close to kickoff, and they did the coin toss earlier. That's kind of a tradition now to get that out of the way and kind of go through the motions here. But how did that work out for the teams?
Well, I kind of caught it out of the side of my view. The referee indicated that Jeff won the toss, and I caught him later and asked him, I said, what happened? He said they deferred. So Jeffersonville won the toss, deferred. They'll get the ball second half, but Floyd Central is going to open up on offense.
All right. Well, we're here tonight, and you had a great interview with Coach Gleason. How'd he look? I know he's going through that chemo, and he sounded just a little tired.
Well, my wife's had that. Like he said, everybody knows somebody who's been through those kinds of treatments and things. But I tell you what, man, I've watched him in practice. He is the most energetic and hyper person that you're ever going to want to know or see or watch. And just tonight, again, as he pointed out, his assistant coaches have taken on a little bit more responsibility probably, and but he's always going to be out there. He's quite a coach and great asset for Floyd Central.
Yes, he is, and the team's getting ready for the ball game, and something special going out on the field. I can't quite make out what's going on, and we didn't get really any information in the press box about what was happening tonight. I know that I believe this is homecoming night.
It is that. I've seen the Queen candidates walking around there. It's also alumni cheerleader night.
I did see that too.
Yeah, I even saw one carrying a baby in a pouch on her front. But they're here, so it's a big night of celebration for Jeffersonville.
One thing I didn't see were those alumni cheerleaders, any of them doing the splits. So it's
no,
probably a wise thing. Highlanders tonight led by quarterback Matt Weimer, number 1. One thing I noticed about the Highlanders that their quarterback and their 2 running backs are all seniors. So what does that do for a team when you've got 3 seniors running the ball or running the offense in the back end?
Well, they're the leaders of the team, no doubt, and the quarterback needs to be the leader. So it's good to have a senior, but there's some younger players out there too. But like Coach Gleason said pre-game, they got some hobbled people out there now. So I'm going to be interested in seeing how that affects a very fast, I'm sure, Jeffersonville team with a strong running game. And there's always somebody in line. Like he says, next man up is going to take over.
Well, we're up here at high and lifted up here at Blair Field. This is one of the taller stadiums. I think you counted, was it 28 levels?
33 steps.
33 steps to get up here. So we're way up high. The other thing about this is a little bit older construction, and as you'll notice from time to time, we get a little bit of wiggle in our camera, and folks, that's simply because the stadium does that. It's the floor here kind of gives and moves, and I'm not saying it's going to fall or anything. I don't mean that, but it does have a little rock. So we're going to do our best to stabilize that picture as much as we possibly can. The captain's heading out to the center of the field to indicate what has already been determined, which is that Jeffersonville won the toss, deferred. We'll get the ball in the second half.
Just marking the players out there, 44-4-10 for Jeffersonville, and number 21 Number 4, that's Gabe Gallagher. 44, looking at the roster, Josh Craig. And 21, captain for the Knights game, that is Cam Fuller.
Cam Fuller,
and,
yeah.
Can't see the numbers on the Floyd Central players quite yet, but we know that Jeffersonville did win the toss, but they've decided to take the ball in the second half. They're going to kick off to Floyd Central.
A lot of teams do that these days where they win the toss and end up deferring. It's almost become the standard practice. It's pretty rare you see a team win the toss and say, we want the ball.
Yeah, I think it depends a lot on how strong your team is offensively or defensively. You know, if you got a strong offensive team, you want the ball, and you want to ram it down their throats if you possibly can.
Right.
On the other side, though, if you're a strong defensive team, you want to put a stop on them and get the momentum shifted in your way.
I understand. Well, we're very close to kick off here, and that's what everybody showed up here to see and what you've tuned in to see tonight, and that's what we hope to bring you. Sun going down. We estimate in about 20 minutes or so the sun will finally drop behind the trees, make it a little easier on us to see, and maybe make our picture improve slightly as the sun, as the camera adjusts to that bright sunshine. But I got to tell you, I'll take the bright sunshine over the rainy mess we've had the last several days. What a difference a week has made, huh?
No complaints, though, Mike. I've enjoyed the 60-degree evenings and good sleeping weather and all that. But, you know, we're getting our final taste here as summer officially ends real soon, I think, maybe even tonight. But nevertheless, here for Friday night football, one of the bigger games in the area.
All right, well, Jeffersonville's set to kick off and get this thing underway, and we're ready for them to do so.
Number 37 going to kick the ball off for Jeffersonville. That's Seth Scott. He's a junior.
Let's see what kind of leg Mr. Scott has as he approaches the ball, and we'll get this game underway. 2 steps, a hop, and it's up and taken at about the 15-yard line by Highlander number 33. Out across the 35, the 40, still running. And brought down at about the 30 or 44-yard line, 44-yard line where they spot it.
Real nice run back.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Highlanders, and they got great field position. You'd love to see that start in a game if you're the coach.
Well, it wasn't too deep a kick. Like you said, ball landed or was caught on the 15-yard line, so nice run back, however, to get those extra yards and first down on their own 43-yard line are the Highlanders.
Is it 18-yard return or 28-yard return?
I haven't done the math on
My
that.
math is a little sharp. Long day today. 1st and 10. We know that. Those numbers I can tell you for sure. Weimer in the shotgun. One man set beside him. A little motion action now as they bring a guy across. Fake the handoff to him. Second man through with the ball out to the 45-yard line. First play of the game, a 2-yard pickup by number 25, and that is Devin Stykes. Stykes' first carry of the ball game goes for 2, 2nd down and 8, and the Highlanders are on the move.
Get a 2-yard gain on that to start the game. Pretty good defense there by Jeffersonville. Again, in a shotgun formation, wide receivers both left and right.
Stykes to his right. Put a man in motion. And fake the handoff. Quick pass out to the wide receiver. First down.
22 on the catch.
Marshall Homer on the reception for the Highlanders. Big pickup and a first down. Nice pitch and catch there.
Absolutely.
Tackled by the Red Devils, Gallagher on the play. We'll call his name on both sides of the ball. 1st and 10, Highlanders pick up their first down of the ball game out to the 41-yard line of Jeffersonville. Here's the snap. Double handoff. And the Devils read that one easily. Zach Rogers ended up with the ball, and he went nowhere.
Too slow developing, I thought, that time.
Jeffersonville quick on the draw, and they catch him 6 yards in the backfield, maybe 5 yards back, so it's going to be a loss of 5. 2nd and 15. Floyd Central typically not wired to overcome those 2nd and long, 3rd and long plays, but this year they have a little bit more in their arsenal thanks to the arm of Mr. Weimer. We'll see if they put that to use here. Blitz shown, and a blitz it was.
Nice carry by Weimer. Look at this. He's going all the way.
24.
Number 24.
24, Tyler Edwards was in there. I believe played like a wildcat. Took the snap, went straight up the middle. unless I missed something.
That was from the 41-yard line.
41-yard line.
41 TD, right up the middle. Nice play call. Good blocking in the middle by the Highlanders.
Lining up for the extra point. Quick strike there from the Highlanders. Snap, hold, good. Kick is way up. Nice long kick. That would have been good from the 30-yard line. And Floyd Central quickly out on top, 7-0 here at Jeffersonville, and the Highlander crowd quickly quieted by this turn of events. I don't think they thought that Floyd Central would score that quickly.
I don't think anybody did, but you ask them if it's going to be a high-scoring game, that's an indication. We've got two minutes into the game almost, and already 7 points on the board for the Highlanders.
One thing that I've noticed about Jeffersonville, been covering them in football since 2009, and I don't care who the group of kids are, there's kind of a collective identity that different schools seem to have. One of them about Jeffersonville is if they get behind, it gets in their head, and they can go really flat really fast. Hopefully that won't be the case tonight. Coach Browning certainly not going to let that happen if he can do anything about it.
Yeah, we're going to see if they bounce back right now. Once again, just a minute and 55 seconds into the game. Play call, good play call. Nice run by Tyler Edward.
Deep for the Red Devils, Fuller, and I believe that's number 23 back there as well. Can't make out that number from my sheet here, which is about 5 feet from me. But here's the kick. And a nice kick it is. Taken by the back. Trying to work his way through the line. Gets out across the 20 to the 23-yard line where he's tackled. And that number 23, let me make my note here, Ronald Brown on that return. Give Mr. Brown credit. 1st and 10 Red Devils will see their offense for the first time tonight here at 10-minute mark. So
put the ball on the 23-yard line. Start.
One thing about these two teams, you never have that thing where you mistake, well, I thought that was my teammate. You know, the uniform colors, nowhere close.
Naked backfield.
Pass out to the outside, near side, and taken down at about the 28, 29-yard line. Nice pitch and catch, but good defense as well. That tackle, I believe, was Marshall Homer, who caught a pass. He's also the cornerback, going both ways tonight for the Highlanders. It's Coach
5-yard reception. Naked backfield that time. And the quarterback is number 12 for the Red Devils, and that's Sean Wimberly.
Wimberly in the shotgun. Fuller behind him. Takes the handoff, goes to the left. Looks for a block. Picks up the first down, goes out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Devils at the 39. And you see why Mr. Fuller gets the ball quite often, because he can make something happen with it.
Got 11 yards that time, for example.
Reminds me a little bit of the Darquan Richardson of the New Albany Bulldogs. Maybe not quite as stout or as quick, but can produce nearly as many yards.
And not going to carry the ball 45 times in one game like he did last week.
Probably not, no. But can produce. Wimberly under center. Takes the snap. Hand off to Fuller. Runs right into that defensive front four for the Highlanders in just a couple of yards. Not much there. 2nd and 8.
Give him 2 yards on that carry. So it's what we seem to be the trend in high school football. You know, if you got that good running back, and Coach Browning has high praise for Cam Fuller, his senior, and look for him to carry the ball many times tonight. Double wide out to the right, split left. In the backfield, Fuller with quarterback.
Wimberly flushed out of the pocket and into the arms of the defender, and he'll go down a sack. And that's as much coverage sack as anything else. Number 33 for the Highlanders, that's Jason Cundiff with a tackle.
Loss of 6 yards on the play.
He basically had Wimberly run right into his arms, and you'll take that gift anytime you can get it. 3rd and 14. See what the Red Devils do in a long down and distance situation here. Passing situation. We'll see what they do with it.
Double slot to the right.
And they're going to pass. Wimberly puts the ball up. His arm is hit, and the ball comes up short and complete, and that'll bring up 4th down, and we'll probably see the punt team come out. It's a nice defensive stop there from the Highlanders. And out to boot the ball, Alex Macaluso.
You got that pronunciation right, Mike?
I always try to hear the PA announcer in my head. And it sounded like I got it right. There he is. We'll get him in frame. Snap. And the kick is up.
Nice kick. Drove back the Highlanders. Number 22 carrying that ball, Marshall Harner. Gets the ball back to what looks like the 21-yard line.
Nice way to change the field position there. That's a great kick from Macaluso, and he really pinned the Highlanders back because they didn't expect it to go that far.
No, I didn't either. I tell you what, ball had nice spiral to it, good height, good hang time, and good field position for the Devils back on the Floyd Central 21-yard line.
1st down and 10. Highlanders last time they had the ball, took it in. 41-yard touchdown romp. Can they do it again? Weimer in the shotgun. Snap and quick pass out to the near side. In and out of the hands of the receiver, John Gunn. Couldn't hold on to it. Even if he did, he wouldn't have had much.
I think he might have heard some footsteps coming in there. The ball was not thrown briskly, so gave time for the Jeffersonville defender to come up and make pressure. Incomplete pass.
Hey, you start hearing footsteps even in that soft turf.
Absolutely. Yeah. Not literally.
It's a mental thing. You're counting.
Yeah, absolutely. Built-in timer.
2nd and 10. Weimer under center. First time tonight. Fakes the handoff. Second man around, Zach Rogers. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. Finally taken down by the safety and a couple other defensive secondary players, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Rogers, nice run.
Sure was. Out to the, 36-yard line?
That's where they spot it. 1st and 10.
That's a 15-yard gain.
Green and gold, pretty happy tonight.
But notice the ball handling in the backfield, misdirection. Get the defense going one way, and that opens up the other side, in this case for Rogers.
This play was a little slow developing, but the misdirection worked that time and opened up a lane for Rogers to make it around the left side. Weimer under center again. Fakes that same play. Now he puts a pass up. Gunn wide open with the ball. And now it's a foot race, and he's not going to be caught, and he'll score a touchdown, and Floyd Central strikes again from the 36-yard line. No flags on the field that I see. Do you see any flags now?
No, I sure don't.
I hear a whistle, but I don't see a flag. Oh, yep, there is a flag. And that play is going to come all the way back. Or is it? What happened here?
No, I see no indication. So that's
I don't. Okay, you'll have to. Somebody has to interpret that because I don't know what he just said.
64-yard touchdown. They're going to kick it, so it is good.
I think it was a warning to the bench that they were out. That's what the flag was for. A bench warning that they were too close to the sidelines. That's what the flag was for. It will not negate the play, but if it happens again, it will be a penalty. Each team will get a warning if they get too close to the sidelines, and apparently the Highlanders a little zealous in their celebration and got warned for it. Snap and hold there, and the kick is good too. And just like that, less than 5 minutes into the ball game, and Floyd Central up by 2 touchdowns. Not the script that Coach Browning wanted to write tonight. I'm sure of that.
Absolutely not. I mean, it surprises me too. But you know something? The play in the backfield, the ball handling there, the misdirections, have several options off the fake dive, fake end around, and then pull the ball back in. Beautiful pass, beautiful reception, long run, touchdown for Gunn.
Fuller and Brown deep for the Red Devils. Hussing, the kicker for the Highlanders, and he'll put this up again. His second kick First one taken by Brown. We'll see who gets this one. Everybody lined up, just about ready to get going here again. Nice kick.
Got a leg into that one. That's going to be an automatic out of the back of the end zone. What a nice leg.
Yeah, that's an NFL level kick. That one cleared the end zone and landed behind the back line. So
missed the kicker on that. Was that number 31?
Cole Hussing.
Cole Hussing it was. What a leg he's got.
1st and 10 for the Red Devils. Let's see if they can get on track here. Trail by 2 touchdowns early in the ball game. 7:09 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Highlanders. A little bit of a surprise. We knew the Highlanders could score points. Just didn't know they'd do it so fast.
Jeff needs to answer if they're going to stay in this ball game early on.
Wemberly, shotgun, passing, rolls to his right. Now he's looking for help. Breaks out of a tackle. Turns nothing into something. Nice run from Mr. Wemberly.
8 yards. It was. He was handed in the backfield. Somebody got a hand on him, shook that loose, and nice read by the Jeffersonville quarterback, Sean Wemberly.
They're going to mark it at a 7-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd down and 3. Ran out of bounds just a little bit before. Looked like he was farther upfield, but
I'll change my 8 to a 7 then.
Accuracy and all that.
If I get close, it's hand grenades here.
Well, let's just be honest, folks. We are not the official scorekeepers.
No way.
And we don't want that job. Thank you very much. 2nd and 3. Nice handoff. Fuller spins again. Still moving, still on his feet and fighting. And he'll lean forward, but going to be short of the first down by about a yard. 3rd and 1. You don't tackle him up around the shoulders. If you do, you'll be holding jersey.
Just a 2-yard gain. Several broken tackles, but he was running sideways, so he really didn't get up the field. Big 3rd down play for the Red Devils.
Great pursuit by the Highlanders as the defensive front 4 stretched that play out to the sideline. They got support from the linebacking crew and near side cornerback.
Jeffersonville back on their heels now. They need a first down.
3rd and 1. Fuller, he'll hit the first down and more. Fights out across the 35.
Good second effort.
And that's where they'll spot it. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Big first down for Jeffersonville. You could say that was going to be a long night if they don't pick up a first down there. What you don't want to do is give Floyd Central a ball 3 times in the first 6 minutes of the ball game.
You got to get out of the shock and get back to the offense, which is what they're doing here. Ball on the 35-yard line. Their own 35 for Jeffersonville. Wemberly in the backfield, shotgun.
Fakes the handoff. He's going to put it up. And it's no, it's not intercepted. In and out of the hands of Homer. Marshall Homer was right there, step for step. Could not bring it in. He had a better shot at it than the receiver, Jeremiah Thornton.
And they were running stride for stride, and the ball was well placed and had a chance to catch it for sure. But he did not, so it's a 2nd down.
Not a bad play call. Take a shot down the sideline, 1st and 10. But now you've got a 2nd and 10 situation, so you got to get some positive yards on this play right here. Wemberly back to pass again. Screen pass is set up and through the hands of Fuller, who maybe had a chance to pick up 4 or 5 yards.
That's certainly not Wemberly's fault.
None at all.
Fuller's fault all the way. Ball was well placed, well thrown. Probably anxious to get upfield. Happens so many times. Catch the ball first, then turn and run.
Running backs are not receivers for a reason.
They got some
Sometimes.
good ones, though. Oh, you got some good ones. Again, that's what makes your team good. If you're a threat, in multiple ways. Big 3rd down 10.
5:04 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Floyd Central. Early lead. Jeffersonville trying to get something happening here in this series, and they're going to get a whistle.
That sounds like delay of game.
I believe it was. And this is one of the big differences between Indiana and Kentucky schools as we make the journey across the river. We'll find the Kentucky schools do not have a field 25-second clock, so they have to do it internally. Over here, you really have no excuse.
Absolutely not. There's one on each end of the field. Big numbers. You got to see. I don't understand why Kentucky doesn't do that, other than the cost. Maybe might be a cost factor.
Could be.
Yep.
3rd and 15. Wimberly definitely going to pass, being chased. Rolls to his left. We've got a flag down. It's probably a hold. And through the arms of the tackle, and he's knocked down by his own player. You're going to credit the Jeffersonville offensive line for a tackle on that one. Poor guy.
He did a nice job scrambling and using his feet to keep alive.
Well, one player on Floyd Central who had a great shot at the quarterback but went too high once again, trying to do a dramatic tackle up around the shoulders and ended up going over top of the quarterback.
This one will be declined, no doubt.
I would expect so.
4-yard loss and punting situation.
Marshall Homer already dropped back to return the punt, so I suspect that this is just a formality at this point. So you really don't need to push him back here unless you are concerned about another really good punt. Legal procedure declined. Holding will be declined as well. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Had 2 penalties.
4th and 14. He did pick up 1 yard on that scramble, but that was it. He got the ball out to the 31. And so back again, Macaluso to kick. He may become the most important asset the team has so far. And gets off another kick. This fair caught by Marshall Homer. And taking it at the 32-yard line, and that's where Floyd Central will start. They've had the ball twice. They've scored twice.
And Jeffersonville had the ball twice and didn't move it very well. You know, it's a shame that the long pass by Wimberly was not handled. That would have been a big play for them. But once again, they need to get their act together, if you will, here and stop this Highlander team. Big runs by Floyd Central. Big runs and good big patch catches. 41 yards on the run and 64 yards on the touchdown pass. Big plays.
Motion man back and forth. Fake the handoff. Weimer going to put it up downfield. 2 men wide open. Zach Rogers.
Oh, my goodness.
Had it and went through his hands. Incomplete. He was wide open.
There were 2 of them wide open. I don't understand how they could be that wide open. Our viewers can see that on the camera. And again, unfortunately, what a nice pass Weimer threw out there.
It's as if they just split the defenders, and the defenders were caught flat-footed.
Expecting a run, faking the backfield possibly, the play action.
Play action held the defense.
4:40 left in the first quarter. 2nd down and 10 for the Highlanders.
That could have easily been a 67-yard touchdown pass from Weimer, and I'm sure he wishes he had it back. And we got a timeout taken by Floyd Central. They obviously had something they didn't like. Coach Gleason wants to talk it over. They'll take a break, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. We'll be right back right after this on glidecod.com. Stay with us.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
In Jeffersonville, call Allstate agent Brian Wright today.
Welcome back here to the field. Mike Beck, Paul Love at Jeffersonville High School, Blair Field, Jeffersonville, Indiana, as the Highlanders of Floyd Central come in here. And they hope to do a number on the Red Devils. So far, so good in that regard. 2nd and 10. Weimer under center, 3 men in the backfield. And a handoff, starts up the middle, breaks out to the left. And thrown forward for a couple of yards. It'll pick up, I believe, a total of 8. Let's see where they spot him down to 42. So it'll be 9-yard gain
And who was that carrying that?
3rd and 1.
20. Oh, is that Stikes?
Stikes again on the carry. Yeah, Devin Stikes.
Kind of hard to pick up these Floyd Central numbers.
3rd and 1, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Let's see how far forward he fell. Side judge comes running in, and it's going to be close, but I don't think he quite got there. Maybe just picked up a yard or half a yard, so it's going to bring up a measurement situation. What? Do they still do that? This is the first one we've seen this year, isn't it?
Haven't been many. And I missed who carried that ball that time, Mike.
I could not see. He came in through the inside and did not catch his number, and I didn't hear the PA announcer either, so not going to be any help to you that time, I'm afraid. I think it may have been 33, and I'm 90% sure of that, but they're going to say it was a first down, that he fell forward just enough, and that's a break for Floyd Central as they keep the ball and move it. Jeff hoping for a stop there, didn't get it.
Straight dive play up the middle.
Weimer under center. Quick pitch out to the right side, cuts it up. And finally stopped at midfield by 8 of the 11 Red Devils. A little skirmish going on out there, nothing serious.
Stikes the ball carrier.
7-yard gain.
7 yards.
2nd and 3. One thing Gleason is good at is mixing up the formations. I think that can confuse a defense. They've been doing these spread wideouts, and everything was tight the last 3 plays. Now they're back to the original formation. 2nd and 3. Rogers in motion. Hand off to Stikes. Across the 50 to the 49. And that's going to be all she wrote. It'll be 3rd and 2. Big stout defensive stop that time from the Red Devil defensive line, left side.
Well, on the 49-yard line of Jeffersonville. Got 2 minutes and just about 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Savon Morrell, among others, on the stop for the Red Devils in that play. Big 99.
That's a full house backfield now. This is a formation we have not seen yet.
Full house, but it goes into Stike's hands, and he's going to pick up the first down before he's driven back with authority, but little, too late. $14-0 your score. Floyd Central struck early and struck fast under 5 minutes. 2 touchdowns. Jeffersonville not really able to produce much offensively.
Sun getting ready to go down now. Makes the visibility a lot better. Hope our viewers can see that as well. Weimer under center. Split left, flanker right.
Second man around is Rogers. Trying to get to the corner. He's not going to make it. Chased down in the backfield. Nice stop there by Isaac Hall of the Red Devils. He comes up from his corner position and makes the play in the backfield. 4-yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd and 14. Good play. Hall actually playing a free safety position. He came all the way up to the backfield to make the stop.
Well, again, that was one of those slow developing plays, and sniffed it out by the Red Devils that time, and good defensive stop. First stop for a loss, or excuse me, that's the second stop for a loss, both against Rogers.
It's one of the reasons the Red Devils got burned on that pass play is because they have all 11 men within 5 yards of the ball.
Right.
Usually a safety or 2 will be back there 7 to 8 yards.
Cundiff on the carry, no gain on the play. Jeffersonville's defense stiffening up, big play.
3rd and 14 as the last minute ticks away here of the first quarter.
You'd have to think this is a passing play.
I think everybody's thinking pass play. Mr. Hall has dropped back, free safety back 15 yards off the ball now. Fakes the handoff to Rogers. Weimer puts it up downfield. Has a man open, overthrows him, goes to the deep guy. John Gunn. Gunn a little better covered and incomplete pass. And we'll see the punter for the Highlanders for the first time tonight.
John Gunn, number 3. Remember, he's the one that caught the 64-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, nice high spiraling kick. Fair catch on the 15-yard line.
Hall on that reception. And the Red Devils will take over with 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. They'll probably have one play, perhaps two if it's a pass and incomplete. And they'll start at their own 15-yard line.
So far, Fuller, the only person carrying the ball other than the quarterback, Wimberly, on his scrambles.
Some of those have been not designed runs either.
No, run for your life type runs. Does a nice job, though, open field. He ran into his own player, I think is the only reason he got stopped the one time.
Empty backfield, Wimberly. Hands off to Fuller, coming across. He's turned the corner, and now it's a foot race. And he's got him beat. And it's going to go all the way, and Jeffersonville scores the touchdown with 2 seconds to go in the first quarter. And that play worked exactly the way it was designed.
85 yards on the run.
Cam Fuller's got speed. Once he's in the open, few men will catch up to him.
You can see why Coach likes him so much.
Nice run, Cam Fuller. 85-yard touchdown. And Jeffersonville on the ropes early in the first quarter. Bounced back, and now they're trailed just by one score. And they probably feel a little bit better about themselves right now, too, on this homecoming night here in September.
They needed that in the worst way. Might give them a little motivation, a little momentum.
Seth Scott lines up for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is true. And with 2 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's Floyd Central 14, Jeffersonville 7. We got ourselves a ball game here at Jeff.
I'm glad to see it, kind of. We'd like to see a closer ball game. Looked like Floyd Central might run away with it here in the early going of the first quarter. 2 seconds left, so we will get the kickoff and the return.
Sun just moments away from dropping behind the trees, and
Jeffersonville band right down here in front of us on the right.
Pretty good crowd here tonight.
It is a good crowd. Homecoming. Full band. Got over 100 instruments.
Fairly decent turnout from the student body, and Floyd Central travels well also. Scott to kick off.
Short kick again.
Going to be taken by the up back, and through his hands, ball on the ground. That's number 33. And that's going to be the end of the quarter as time runs out on the first quarter. It's Floyd Central 14, Jeffersonville 7. We'll go ahead and take our break, come back with the second quarter right after this on Glycod.com. Stay with us, folks. A lot more exciting football still to come.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call through your dental exam and recare appointments, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleanings to complex procedures. Call Annette or Joyce today at 812-944-5155 and see why 5 generations of patients still return to Carter Family Dentistry, located on Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
Welcome back here. Second quarter just about to get underway. 14-7 is the score. Floyd Central struck early twice, but Jeffersonville showed they can answer in a heartbeat. 1st and 10, Floyd Central's ball, starting at their own 25. Fake the motion. Weimer rolls to his right, has a man open, and has the connection, and finally run out of bounds, and a big play there for Floyd Central on a 1st and 10. Sequeira on the connection. Braxton Sequeira, 6'1" senior. The tight end got downfield in a hurry.
37-yard pass play to Sequeira. I don't know that name in Floyd Central.
Yeah, that's a pretty important name. Loose ball. We'll see who got it. Ball on the ground. For a moment there, Jeffersonville thought they may have had it, but ended up in the hands of a Highlander, and they quickly set and a pitch. Nice cut up the middle. Cundiff with the carry. Floyd Central in a hurry-up offense right now. 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. And they didn't get the player off. We're going to have a penalty here on Jeffersonville. The player didn't get off the field in time. And it's going to be another 5 yards. We'll see what happens here. Quick attack here from Floyd Central, putting Jeffersonville on their heels.
But again, that nice, long, wide-open pass play. You know, they hadn't dropped a couple of the passes that they've thrown so far. It'd be even a different story. But, boy, they seem to be getting open in the secondary of Jeffersonville.
And the drop passes I would not put on the quarterback's shoulders either. He's had them right there.
Absolutely. 5-yard penalty against the Devils. That's their 3rd penalty. 1 was declined.
All of a sudden, we've got 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Start the clock, start the play. Weimer with a handoff right up the middle. Zachary Spurgeon with the carry, number 5. He's a senior. Pushed ahead for a couple. They'll spot him down at the 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. They're running 2 completely different backs than they did when they started the game.
That's what I'm having a hard time keeping up with. Can't see the numbers all that well.
Weimer hands off to the second man through. That is Cundiff, and Cundiff just short of the goal line. He's going to get down to the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Cundiff 33 and number 5 is Spurgeon. 2 new guys in the backfield for the Highlanders, giving Rogers and Stykes a rest. Man, how dangerous is that if you can replace your backfield and not lose anything?
That's what Coach Gleason talked about pregame. He's got a lot of people handling footballs.
Weimer keeps it himself and runs in untouched around the right side. Everybody bid on the dive fake. Quarterbacks love to do that. They don't get their uniforms dirty that way. Touchdown, Floyd Central. 20-7. Jeffersonville with a quick strike, 85 yards at the end of the first quarter, but they're going to have to keep it up because Floyd Central's not letting up off the gas.
31, Floyd, the kicker. Cole Hussing.
Hussing, a nice leg.
Good. Again, kick good.
And the point after, good. 21-7, your score here, Floyd Central. Maintaining a 2-touchdown lead. They got those early touchdowns within 5 minutes of the beginning of the game, and they're maintaining that lead here in the second quarter, 2 minutes into the second. 21-7.
We talked about how many points might be scored. Floyd Central's en route to a pretty large number there.
Speaking of score, let's see if we can get a scoreboard update here. Scoreboard update brought to you by the Locker Room. Early information at the end of 1, Salem 15, Clarksville nothing. Silver Creek finally gets up points tonight. 14-7, Silver Creek.
I'm wondering where the light's going to come from. Wow, what a nice leg.
Kicks it into the end zone. Silver Creek 14, Scottsburg 7 at the end of one. So Silver Creek's shutout streak ends tonight up at Scottsburg. 14-7, Dragons ahead of the Warriors. Charlestown leading Providence 6-0. And see if we've got any other scores here. New Albany 0, Columbus East 20 in the first quarter.
They're back.
The Olympians, we'll see them next week right here on Glycod.com as you and I travel up I-65 to Columbus. And we'll watch these Highlanders who show that they can put up some points. Maybe they've got what it takes this year to knock off the Olympians who've put quite an impressive stretch together in the Hoosier Hills Conference.
Columbus North got them first game of the year, but they're pretty good too.
Handoff around the left side.
Is that number 13, I think?
Carries it out for about a 10-yard gain. Should be a first down. Jeremiah Thornton on the rumble. And while I teased earlier about the alignment of the field, I do have to say that the Jeffersonville folks are always very hospitable to us here, and we appreciate Athletic Director Satterley and the entire program at Jeffersonville. Always welcome Glycod with open arms, and we do appreciate that. Especially great at basketball because they have a buffet. I'm not kidding. They have catered buffet for press. Handoff to Fuller. They sniff that out. He'll lose a yard or two. Floyd Central's defense, they got burned at the end of the first quarter. I think they may got stung a little bit on that one. They don't want to see that happen again.
I am concerned about darkness. It's about ready to get dark here. Maybe the field lights will be enough to give us some light up here. I don't know.
I don't have any lights out here for us, so I don't have much to help with that. 2nd and 11. Wimberly rolls to his right. Screen play and well read by the defense. But we have a flag on the play as well back at the line of scrimmage, so this one may come back. Jackson Jolly Little was the receiver on the play, and he was immediately popped by the defense. But we'll see what the call is. Was that a chop block? Try to see the penalty. Chop block is what he called. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty if I'm not mistaken. Is that a personal foul at this level?
I think it is. That was Little that time.
Yeah.
Looking for his number.
Number 1.
He is number 1, isn't he? Yeah.
So he can say that officially. I'm number 1. Man, I turned around in just a moment here just to look behind me at the parking lot. It's completely full here at Jeffersonville. I haven't seen that in a long time. They've got a great crowd here tonight. Perfect night for football.
It is indeed. Homecoming halftime.
Only thing that'd make it better if you're a Red Devil fan is a different score. 15-yard penalty. Boy, this puts Jeffersonville in a passing situation.
Again, that's the 4th penalty against the Devils. Floyd Central yet to pick up a penalty.
Chop block is blocking a player below the knees. It's a dangerous play. You can hurt someone doing that, and that's why it's a serious penalty. 15 yards makes it 2nd and 26, but a nice pitch and catch. And it's not a problem because they got more than 26 on the play. First down, Jeffersonville. Ball down at the 42-yard line. Boy, they needed that in a big way.
So that's a 27-yard pass play.
They needed 26. They got 27. Put that in your playbook when you need a 27-yard play.
They dialed up the right play, right?
Good call by Coach Browning. 1st and 10. Wimberly hands off to Fuller. We said that a lot. We'll say it a lot more before it's over. 21-7. Floyd Central out in front of the Red Devils here at the just under the 8-minute mark of the second quarter.
defensive Floyd Central so far containing Fuller, except for one big play, an 85-yard scamper to the end zone. Nobody could catch him.
Yeah, if Fuller gets in the open, he's gone. He's got the speed to separate.
Double slot to the right, split left, wide right.
Looks
Pass
like
play.
Nice screenplay and great blocking out in front as they move the ball across the first down marker. DeAndre Rutherford, his second big reception this series, and a second first down for him.
15 yards on that pass play. That's a 27 and a 15, so they found something that's going right for them.
Rutherford 42 yards receiving just on 2 plays in this drive.
And he is in a slot to the right again. Wimberly in the backfield.
Fuller takes the ball, goes to his left. He's corralled down. Nice tackle. Took 2 guys to do it. Rogers was one of them. The other was Tyler Edwards, number 24. Tyler went high. Zach went low, and that's about how you have to do it if you're going to get Cam Fuller to stop.
About 3 yards on that play. I'm just wondering if they might be spying on him defensively, knowing that he's going to get his carries in the ball game. They seem to be on him in a hurry, except for one big moment.
Sun now down for the evening behind the trees. Hopefully that will make it just a little bit easier for us to see. Nice pass and a great reception there once again. Seeing some good things happen. When Wimberly has time to pass, he's able to make those connections. Jeremiah Thornton, the receiver.
That's a 20-yard catch and run.
Floyd Central's defense played well up to this drive.
Right. Yeah, they're opening up the game just a little bit. Wimberly in the backfield by himself. Motion Fuller.
Throws it behind the receiver that time. Nothing.
Not too good a pass that time. So.
Thornton had nothing to do. Even if he'd caught the ball, it wouldn't have been much of anything.
5:42 left in the second quarter. Big play for the Red Devils. Need to match down 21-7. Wouldn't it be nice, they think, if they could get the ball in the end zone, just be one touchdown behind. Pass play seems to find some open receivers.
Well, this is a big series. If the Red Devils can get a touchdown and keep Floyd Central from scoring again.
Fuller. Down to the 9.
First and goal. Thread the needle that time. Went back to the left and turned it back to the right. First and goal inside the 10.
Good running where you can use your blocking and make the cuts. You don't have to necessarily go like a bat out of you-know-what to start with. Now to read those blocks, and that's what Cam Fuller did that time. Nice gain, 12 yards. First down, 9-yard line.
Wimberly with 3 backs, keeps it himself, going to run an option and loses some yards. Great defensive play on the part of Zachary Spurgeon, who comes up and gets him in the backfield.
Loss of 3 yards on that play.
It's second and goal from the 13 now.
Might have been a loss of 4 then, marking it there.
Good play by Spurgeon. One of the outside linebackers comes up quick, decisively.
Second and 13. You'd think a pass play, but you got Fuller in the backfield. Don't forget that.
Wimberly throws it to his big number 1.
Little.
Jolly Little. Jackson Jolly Little. And that brings up third and goal from the 13. Now this is a big play. Well, 2 plays, really.
Yeah.
It's 2-play territory.
Probably not got the capability of field goal from that distance. Though I did watch their kicker. He had that distance. So it might be decision time. Let's see what happens on the big third down play.
Backfield. Dylan Jolly Little, the fullback. Second man through, Fuller breaks a couple of tackles down to the 5 before he's knocked down to the ground, I should say. It'll bring up 4th and goal from the 5.
Give him 8 yards on the carry. This is a big play. 4:20 left in the second quarter, first half. The big play call. Might be time for a little timeout to think about what they want to do here.
21-7, Floyd Central up by 2 touchdowns. As you say, this is an important series for the Red Devils. One thing to note, they will get the ball to start the second half. They won the toss, deferred, so they'll get the ball first. Quickly up to the line. They think they may have a matchup.
They called timeout. He actually got the snap off before the play clock went down, but I think I said that earlier. It'd be probably a pretty good time to talk that thing over. 4th and 5 from the 5-yard line. 5 yards for a touchdown. 3:51 left in the second quarter. Big play. Get their heads together here. Make sure they get the play that they want to use. You'd think it has something to do with either Fuller or Rutherford. Rutherford, the number 3 wideout, or slot at times, with catches of 27 and 15 yards. And you got Thornton caught a couple too, so they have a couple passing options. Might be hard with a stacked defense there inside the 5-yard line. Might be difficult to run the ball in. So I'll let Coach Alphonso Browning decide what to do. He told me before the game, Mike, that he was going to call the shot, so this is his call.
It's his call. We'll let him have it, too.
I was asking him pregame, who's your quarterback, basically.
Right.
Who's calling the shots. And he said, I am.
May have misinterpreted the question.
Said, well, you know something? I understand. I fully understand.
This is a tough call because at 4th and 5 from, if you're 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, it's just a little easier call to make.
Well, they're on the right hash now, so they've got a lot of field on the left to work at. Rutherford's in a slot over there. Fuller, of course, in the tailback position. Blocker in front of him.
Hand off to Fuller.
And going to happen.
Breaks the first tackle, but he's not going to get into the end zone, and he's taken down.
Be Floyd Central's ball on their own 5-yard line.
Little extracurricular on the sidelines between 52 and 9. That's Brandon Striegel for the Highlanders and Cameron McClure for the Red Devils. A little push and shove, but the referee separated them. No flag thrown, and that's good. You don't need to get a little too happy with the flags. Referees can do that sometimes. I like when they control the game but not take over the game. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So that was a 2-yard gain that time by Fuller, but 97 yards.
Floyd Central ready for that play.
97 yards for a touchdown. 3:46 left in the first half.
Short yardage formation here. Everybody in tight. Weimer under center. They're going to need some forward motion. Stikes with the ball. He may get back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more there. Jeffersonville sensing an opportunity here. Maybe they can get a stop because Floyd may not want to run around in the end zone, try to do anything slow delaying or multiple handoffs back there in the end zone can always be problematic.
Yeah, don't want to get that too close to the goal line. They got to go forward. Wouldn't surprise me, though, that Weimer put some air under this one.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock running. Just about 3 minutes to go in the half. 21-14. Floyd Central jumped out to a 2-touchdown lead. Been able to maintain that. Weimer puts it up. You called it. Through the hands of the receiver. Again, catchable ball. Gunn should have caught that ball. He didn't. And that brings up 3rd down. And now Jeffersonville maybe sensing an opportunity here.
Well, yeah, they're going to get the ball back in pretty good field position, it looks like. 2:56 left in the first half. Floyd Central to punt out of their end zone. I tell you what, they've got a nice punter. If he has the time, I bet you he can get that ball back out to about the 50-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, we'll speak to a special guest, Colby Martin. Shelter Insurance is here tonight. We'll talk to him for a few minutes. But right now the action on the field, man in motion. Stikes with the ball. Nice run out across the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down They're going to have to punt, but at least they got some room to do it.
8 yards on that carry by Stikes.
Floyd Central going to see what kind of leg their punter has here, because they could get a good kick will help them out.
It is right up.
Fair catch.
48-yard line.
The 48. And do we have a penalty here? I'm trying to see what's going on here.
Did not see a flag.
There is a flag on the play, but I didn't see the call. They wave it off. One point, I think the referee thought there were too many on the field.
Inadvertent, I heard the announcer say, just indication was no penalty. So ball on the 48-yard line on Floyd Central's side of midfield. Jeffersonville, I tell you what now, Mike, the last series, they had a few first downs. They've still got 2:30 left if they can get the passing game going here a little bit. Or get that big run again from
Cam Fuller.
Star running back Fuller.
Big series here for Jeffersonville. Touchdown here, and they're back in it. Delayed handoff to Fuller, spins out of the first defender's hands, but not quite enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he did, but it's going to be second down. He's great at making that first guy miss.
Yes, he is. But I think Floyd is keying on him pretty hard, so he's going to take some pretty good blocking ahead of him to be able to open up some of those holes.
Brandon Striegel was the first man to him. Tried to wrap up, but Fuller spun out of his hands and fell back toward the line of scrimmage. So they're going to bring up second down and 10. No loss on the play, which could have been a couple 3-yard loss. Oh, no, he's in trouble, and he's going down. That time, nowhere to go. Wembley just couldn't get it out of his hands quick enough. Striegel again on the play. Comes flying in.
Nice sack of the quarterback.
And they'll push that one back 12 yards, so 3rd and 22. Of course, we know they have a play for that because they already picked up 3rd and 26.
That is true.
So we'll see what they do here with 3rd and 22.
Minute and 11 seconds, clock running.
21-14. Floyd Central on top in control. Jeffersonville trying to find an answer here. Wembley, screen to Fuller. Nice dodge. Goes out of bounds. Nope, stays in bounds. Referee said he stayed in bounds, so the tackle will keep the clock running. And it's going to bring up a 4th down, 4th and 8. But no question here, Jeffersonville going to go for it. Not really anything to lose at this point.
That pass was to Fuller.
It was to Cam Fuller, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He picked up, they needed 22, and he picked up 14. Not a bad call. Screenplay, you put the ball in the hands of your best athlete. Wembley back by himself. Another screen called and in the hands
bad.
of a Highlander. Interception for Floyd Central. Jason Cundiff saw that the whole way, took the ball. 10 seconds left in the half. Floyd Central may just be content to take a knee here right at midfield with 10 seconds left in the first half.
Ill-advised pass. Don't think they were going to get the yards they were going to need as the clock ran down. And 10 seconds to go in the first half. Floyd Central on top of the Red Devils, 21-7. Floyd Central's ball right at midfield, 50-yard line.
They're in the Wildcat offense. Weimer not even on the field. Tyler Edwards
flags.
Took the snap. We've got illegal procedure against the Highlanders. They'll move it back 5. Tyler Edwards running the Wildcat. Now he runs back off the field. Weimer comes back on, and we may see him just take a knee here. First and 15 with 8 seconds on the clock.
You know, this is one of those crazy moments where everybody's expecting just take a knee. Wouldn't it be something if Weimer dropped back and fouled one of those wide open receivers downfield again?
Nothing would surprise me.
They got 10 seconds back on the clock now. Must have been a runoff. Ball on the Floyd Central 45-yard line.
Weimer in the shotgun, Cundiff to his left. 2 wide outs. And they're just going to fake the handoff. Weimer's going to go for it. Why not take a shot? Incomplete pass with 4 seconds to go. You know, you could turn it over there.
Yeah.
But
like a punt.
Yeah. I mean, it's you really don't have a lot to lose unless it returns for a touchdown.
Take a shot. Why not?
It's an interesting call. That's Coach Gleason, though. He's
and Matt Weimer seems to have time to throw the ball. So, I mean, Jeffersonville not getting a real rush on him like they are on the Jeffersonville quarterback on the other side, Wimberly. He's been running for his life for all the first half.
Similar setup offensively, just reversed on the field. Weimer going to take another look. Quick throw down the right sideline and overthrows his receiver, incomplete. And that's going to be the end of the half. At the end of 2, Floyd Central 21, Jeffersonville 7. We'll be right back right after this with some updates. We'll have some stats, scores of other games, and shortly we'll have an interview with Colby Martin of Shelter Insurance. All that to come as our halftime coverage gets underway right after this on Glycod.com. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
The W.M. Kelly Company, complete metal manufacturing located in New Albany. They are always looking for experienced welders and machine operators. If you're interested in becoming part of their team, contact W.M. Kelly's Human Resources Office at 812-945-3529 or send an email to info@wmkelly.com. W.M. Kelly, designing, building, innovating.
Westminster Village, Kentuckiana, a senior living community located in the heart of Clarksville, has been serving residents and the community for over 3 decades. Even if your needs change, your home doesn't have to. Independent apartments, assisted living, rehab programs, and skilled nursing. Call 812-282-9691 to schedule a tour and to find out more. Find Westminster Village, Kentuckiana on Facebook and online.
Whether your car needs a routine fix or an important repair, you'll want to take it to Vonyers, family owned in Jeffersonville since 1981, with old-fashioned values including honesty and integrity. Vonyers is dedicated to giving your car the best possible service in the industry. That's why service is our product at Vonyers, located at 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville. Call 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. Online at Vonyers.com. Kentuckiana Insurance Center in Sellersburg protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. They're a full-service independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing superior service and the best coverage possible. A Pacesetter agency for 28 years, Kentuckiana Insurance Center was awarded Motorist Coveted Pacesetter designation, the top recognition the company awards agents. Choose a Motorist Pacesetter agent to get the protection and security you need. Motorist Insurance, you know us. Call Earl of Bonneville or Larry Shepard at 812-246-4700.
Class, make sure you have the textbook by Monday. It's only $500 in the bookstore.
Being a student is expensive. Don't let fees at your bank be an added expense. With a Central-Free checking account, you'll have access to more than 5,000 shared branch locations and nearly 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. And when we say free, we mean it. Stop in at your nearest Centra location to open a free checking account or visit us online at Centra.org to open one from the comfort of your own home. Centra Credit Union, centered around you, federally insured by NCUA.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Find out about online banking and other services by visiting Centra.org.
And welcome back here, halftime. Mike Beck, Paul Love calling the game tonight, but in the booth, Paul taking a quick break as he works on the stats, and his fingers and his pencil smoking over there, so we give him a little time. But I got Colby Martin with me up here tonight. Colby, thanks for taking some time out. I know you're an insurance agent here in Southern Indiana, and welcome to the broadcast tonight.
Thanks, Mike. Absolute pleasure. Glad to be out here, and been a good game, good weather after this week, so I'm really glad there's no rain.
Now, yeah, as an insurance agent, I got to ask, are you glad you're not insuring any properties in, say, Naples, Fort Myers, Florida?
I'd say right now it's a tough time for those folks down there, and I think it could have been a lot worse, but I'm really grateful that it sounds like it's pretty low on what's happened for them, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, at one point they were talking like $300 billion, something crazy. For Florida, the estimates are still in the billions, but a lot lower, and that gives everybody a sigh of relief, I'm sure.
I think they avoided a lot of the weather. They thought the wind was a lot less than they anticipated, so yeah, I'm glad for that. It's a good thing.
And we got a little bit of the impact of that the last few days, had some rain, nothing like what they had down there, but what are some of the issues that people face up here in our neck of the woods for natural disasters, weather events, things like that?
There's quite a few. Obviously, the tornadoes have been pretty bad here in the last few years in this area, as we've seen with the Henryville tornado a few years ago. But really, river flooding, earthquakes, torrential downpours, we see a lot of the remnants from those tropical storms. So, believe it or not, more people see basements flooded, damage from wind, water, that type of issue that you don't normally anticipate here in Indiana.
You know, you probably see this a lot because people buying insurance sometimes can be a very complicated and confusing process for a layperson. Absolutely. Or even for people that are lower than laypersons like me. But what is the maybe one or two things that most people maybe think they are insured for and aren't, and really need to make sure that they get an agent that's looking out for them and brings these things to their attention? What are the one or two things that you would say they need to know?
I think one major issue I see constantly is people when they come in with their liability limits. So whether that's auto insurance, homeowners insurance, what their liability is, oftentimes agents just pick a number for these folks, and they don't really have someone to sit down and analyze what's at risk for them. And I think that's key and highly important. I'd probably say the next biggest thing is the issue with full coverage when it comes to automobile policies. You know, there's no such thing as full coverage in the insurance terms, but to the layman there is. So to really know what's in your policy and see it, I really think you need a trusted advisor, and that's what we're hoping to do here in Jeffersonville.
I had an experience many years ago in college. My dorm burned down. I thought I had full replacement coverage, but what I found was I had to have an inventory of all the stuff. Then I had to replace the stuff to turn in receipts to get them. It was really complicated. How are your policies, and how do you work differently than perhaps what some people's experiences are?
I would say one of the best things is our claims department. We're very key to get our clients taken care of. We're very quick. We work with them well. The inventory thing, it's important to know what you have. But main thing is we put replacement cost on personal property for every client because you don't need a 1999 couch being replaced by a 1999 value. You need a 2017 value. You need new contents,
Yeah, I'd be happy to get my 1997 car replaced with a 99 car at this point.
Absolutely.
But anything more modern than what I've got. But it's great that you come out here. You're here because not only you're an insurance provider, you're a sponsor, and you like the sports, but I think you also probably just like high school athletics, too.
I'll be honest with you, I do. And this is a nice turn of events for me. I'm usually coaching first and second graders up in Charlestown. So every Saturday, it's nice to see kids know where they're going and what they're supposed to be doing, or at least look like it.
A little more compliant, perhaps.
Absolutely.
Well, of course, we are talking high schoolers, so maybe not anymore. But so you do work with some kids up in the Charlestown area. What is it that you're teaching athletically?
Right now we're coaching football, so it's the Charlestown Little Pirate Football League. No offense to anyone here in Jeffersonville. I think we get to play them once or twice this year, but it should be a good game, and these kids are really turning around. I see, to me what's most important is to have a good sportsmanship, have a good attitude when you go out there. You don't win them all. at the end of the day, you can't win every single thing you do, but if you come out with a good attitude, know next week you can try harder, you're going to turn out all right.
One last question about that. This is sports related. Charlestown not having their best season at the varsity level this year, but Coach Hawkins put together a really good program over the years. They've had some great success up there, and a lot of that has to do with building a feeder program, having little players, young players, learn the basics so that when they're in middle school, junior high, whatever they call it these days, these kids already know what blocking, what tackling is, and now you can teach them things. How important is that from your perspective?
Well, you talk about blocking and tackling. That's the biggest key point to football. If you can't block, you can't tackle, you don't win football games. So I've got the pleasure to work with Coach Hawkins. He's helping coach the other youth teams. So we're having a good time with it, and I think we're really working on that tackling and blocking technique, and I think down the road we're going to look pretty good up there. Okay, we're going to shift gears and go back from sports back to insurance. How do people get in touch with you? I know that you're a local agent here, and you've just made a move, so you're now local to Jeffersonville. We did, and one of our sponsors here at Jeffersonville is the Court Physical Therapy. We're actually right next to them there in Williamsburg Drive. So my address is 1730 Williamsburg Drive, Suite 5 here in Jeffersonville, or you can reach me anytime on my phone, 812-246-3001. Or you can go online to shelterinsurance.com. Also on Facebook, Colby Martin Agency. Happy to have you follow me there and see what's going on. See, it used to be you just give your name, your phone number, and your address. Now you got to give them your Facebook, your Twitter, you got Instagram. I got all kinds of stuff. We got a list. Also want to let everyone know we've got an open house October 13th from 3 to 7. That's our grand opening there at Williamsburg Drive. Would love to have everyone there, have some free food, drinks, giveaways, and we're really looking forward to seeing the community out there. Well, Colby, it's been great to talk to you. Thank you for stopping by here at halftime, and pretty good ball game tonight, huh? Absolutely. I think the second half's going to look nice. In the first half there, I wanted to call a timeout for Floyd Central. They had 2 left and are getting the ball back. That turnover, I bet they wish I had those back. You're wanting to coach a little bit there. I can see it. Well, Colby, thank you for coming up, talking with us. We'll take another break. We'll come back with our halftime stats, scores of other games, and more as our halftime coverage continues right here on Glycon.com. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Class, make sure you have the textbook by Monday. It's only $500 in the bookstore.
Being a student is expensive. Don't let fees at your bank be an added expense. With a Central Free checking account, you'll have access to more than 5,000 shared branch locations and nearly 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. And when we say free, we mean it. Stop in at your nearest Centra location to open a free checking account or visit us online at Centra.org to open one from the comfort of your own home. Centra Credit Union, centered around you, federally insured by NCUA.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
And Floyd Knobs. Call Allstate agent Packy Page today.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
Welcome back here. Mike Beck, Paul Love at halftime, and the score, Floyd Central 21 and Jeffersonville 7. And let's go through some stats, if you can see them, Paul, because darkness has fallen.
It's hard. There's no light up here. But you know something, interestingly, I did total yards. Now, these are not all-purpose yards. They're not counting kick returns and punt returns and the like. But when I added up the totals for both teams on rushing and passing, both teams with 209 yards. Which is kind of interesting with a score of 21-7. So let's take a look at where that comes from. Jeffersonville, first of all, in the Chardin with 7 points. Wimberley has 5 carries, and he's been running for his life, lost a total of 14 yards. Cam Fuller, as we expected, carried the ball 11 times, 132 yards and a touchdown, and that touchdown was for 85 yards in and of itself. Also, it's Thornton, carried the ball 1 time for 11, so 17 carries, 129 yards on the ground. Passing, 6 of 11 for 80 yards. Thornton with 2 catches, 25 yards. Little with a catch. Rutherford with 2 catches and 42 yards. And Fuller with 1 catch and 42 yards, or 14 yards also. Also, Mike, I've been trying to listen to the Queen candidates down here, too, see who gets that. All right, I'm sorry. Let's go to the Highlanders. 16 carries, 85 yards on the ground. 7 carries and 30 yards. Their most often carrier at Stikes. Matt Weiner, 1 carry for that 1 touchdown on the ground that they got.
Yeah.
And Tyler Edwards also had a run of 41 yards and a touchdown. Passing-wise, I feel sorry for Weimer. They've missed quite a few of his passes, only connected on 3 of 10. 1 for 15 yards to trying to get that Horner, and then 1 64-yard pass to Gunn, and finally a 1 catch for 45 yards from Shrink. The reason I'm hesitating is I can't hardly see. So that's the halftime stats. Jeffersonville penalized 3 times. Floyd Central 1. Halftime score 21-7 in favor of the Highlanders.
All right, we'll take a break, and we'll come back with more halftime coverage, including other scores. That could be interesting.
You're busy, always on
tell
the
you
go.
who's
And
scoring
when you
and
need your
where
car
and how
repair,
much.
You need it done right.
Right after
At
this
Call's
on
Body Shop and
GlysShot.com. Stay with us.
You're busy, always on the go, and when you need your car repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop and Auto Service, you can now make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and are family owned and operated. They've been serving your family since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. Call Call's Collision Repair at 949-5245. For mechanical repair, it's 948-2778. That's Call's Body Shop and Auto Service. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentuckiana High School sports. In business since 1941, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control offers free estimates on bed bugs, termites, and all other pests. They specialize in residential and commercial properties and would love the chance to work with you. For more information, contact them at 866-445-0605. That's 866-445-0605. Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, home of the quality technicians with a personal touch.
Whether your car needs a routine fix or an important repair, you'll want to take it to Vonyers, family owned in Jeffersonville since 1981, with old-fashioned values including honesty and integrity. Vonyers is dedicated to giving your car the best possible service in the industry. That's why service is our product at Vonyers, located at 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville. Call 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. Online at Vonyers.com.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
In Jeffersonville, call Allstate agent Brian Wright today.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Halftime coverage continues. Mike Beck and Paul Love up in the now darkened press area where we're at. Paul,
it's going to be hard keeping stats the second half. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It's going to be tough. But let's update folks on some score. We'll give a scoreboard update here. Scoreboard update this time brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agent Brian Wright. For all your insurance needs, give Brian a call. Allstate Insurance. Columbus East, New Albany closing in on the half there at Columbus East. The Bulldogs finally got on track. They're trailed by 2 touchdowns, 35-20 in that one. Silver Creek now opening up a lead on Scottsburg with 4:38 to go in the second, 27-7. Late in the second quarter, this is a little bit of a surprise. Providence has blown past Charlestown, and they now own a 17-6 lead in that game. So that's late in the second. And Salem 29, Clarksville nothing at half. So the Generals' rough season continues this year as they're not getting any love from the Lions, we'll say that.
No, not so. And you mentioned Charlestown. Jason Hawkins, the coach there, and longtime player at Clarksville.
Yes.
I mentioned that because he's having a down year this year. I don't think his scores throughout, so it doesn't surprise me a whole lot that Providence might be ahead at this time, but don't give up on the Pirates, I'll tell you that right now.
No, Coach Hawkins really got his program going up there in Charlestown, and just this year, every once in a while you just have one of those years where it's just not there.
That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, they have had really, really good teams year in and year out, so they're a medium-sized school, and you're going to have some of those kinds of years, I think.
Yeah, and that happens from time to time. A medium-sized school having a great year this year is Silver Creek.
Absolutely.
They did finally give up a touchdown. It's interesting that you're in 5 games into the season before you give up a score.
Interesting.
Nice run, and I won't take away from them at all, but Scottsburg finally ended that streak in the first quarter tonight, but nothing since. So it's probably good that came to an end, a little bit of pressure off the defense.
The crowd is great tonight. As you can say, the temperature and the weather is perfect. And, football is about a lot of things, but one thing it's about is homecoming.
Yes.
And we had our homecoming candidates down before us, and I'm pleased to announce that the homecoming queen in 2017 here at Jeffersonville High School is senior Megan Gallagher. And got a nice cheer from the crowd, so I'm sure she's a very popular young lady. I heard her credentials being read. Seems like she's involved in just about everything,
yes,
which they usually are. So congratulations to Megan Gallagher.
One of the things I've noticed, people walking around with these boxes of Krispy Kremes, and that's just not nice.
It's not nice, but it's a fundraiser. Let me tell you that right now. That's
sure is.
Very, very common fundraiser, obviously going on here at Jeffersonville High School.
One thing that happened because of the festivities at halftime with the crowning of the king and queen, that extended halftime, the band now just performing, even though the halftime clock down to under a minute to go. They'll put 3 minutes back up as soon as the band finishes, and the teams will get out here and stretch. So we've got a little extra time here tonight. I'll take an opportunity right now to let you know about something that I'm involved with, and Chris Labar went ahead and gave me permission to mention this, and that's the only reason I bring it up. But with the hurricane that came through, and I remember you and I sitting last week up at Bedford, and you have family in Florida, so do I, and we were just concerned as we saw this massive, powerful, giant hurricane headed toward the peninsula of Florida. First we thought the East Coast was going to be devastated, then it shifted to the West, thought the West Coast was going to get hit. As it turns out, it did come up the West Coast, and there is significant damage, but thank God it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. But that said, it's still pretty bad for a lot of folks all over the state of Florida. I got a call yesterday from a friend who works at a church in a community called Lehigh Acres just outside of Fort Myers, and he said, basically, we've run out of water and we're running out of food. Can you help? And I've never been one to say no when somebody's needing food and water. It's just not how I'm built. And so I called some folks, and amazingly, people began to step forward. The first thing I needed was a truck. How do you take things there without a truck? Mac Construction in New Albany stepped forward. They provided the truck and the fuel to get me down there and back, and that's no small thing. So I appreciate that, and we've set up a couple of donation points. We simply want water and canned goods, baby wipes, because a lot of people don't even have running water, I found out today, so they can't even wash themselves properly, so they're using baby wipes to clean. So those are the things we're collecting. There are 2 places. One is a church in New Albany, First Assembly of God on Charlestown Road. The address is 2778. And I will be there all day tomorrow collecting things. They've opened up the church. They allow me to bring stuff in and just sit it right there in their atrium. We're going to pack it as full as we can. Also, New Life Assembly up in Scottsburg, Indiana. That donation point will be only open Sunday morning, but if you're in the Scottsburg area and you want to drop some things off, that's a place to do it. Everything leaves Monday morning. Yes, I'm behind the wheel.
Good luck with that.
I got the biggest truck I could get that I didn't need a CDL for, and I'm going to take whatever comes in, and I'm just going to hit the road. So I opened it up to you folks if you're listening, or if you'd like to share with people you know. You have friends, family in Florida that are in need. I'm not asking for your money. Some people have given me some money. All I did was turn around and go buy water. I really don't want your money. I just want your water and your canned goods. If you give me money, I promise you every penny will be spent for the need. But if you can bring some stuff, we'd appreciate it. We had a great the News and Tribune showed up today, did an interview with them. And I believe a couple of TV stations locally are going to come out tomorrow as well. So I'm amazed how quickly people responded. I've had several hundred people already contact me about how they can get involved. And so I thank you, everybody, and thank you, Paul, for giving me just a moment to talk about that.
Well, kudos to you, Mike. It's it's unbelievable. I have two families staying with me right now from Jacksonville and Boynton Beach. One of them's my son, of course. But nevertheless, I get the story from them that people in Florida actually, in the panic of all that, hoarded water.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the reason why that and gasoline are in high demand down there now. So that's about a 16, 17-hour drive down there for you?
It's
in a truck?
In the best case, it would be 15 hours.
Oh, 15. Okay.
I'm thinking it's probably a 16 to 17-hour drive.
Well, I hope people will listen to this message and get out. And a lot of ways that you can donate, and the need is definitely there.
Yeah, well, we appreciate the support. And back here to football as the teams come out, the Red Devils come out. Let's talk about some adjustments as they go through their 3-minute warm-up routine. Obviously, the Red Devils need to do the most adjusting because they trail right now by 2 touchdowns. They get the ball first.
Right.
So that's a help. But what are they going to do?
Well, the passing game is worked for them along with the Cam Fuller. I'm sure Floyd's going to start keying on him with 11 carries and 132 yards and an 85-yard scamper for a touchdown. So, again, they're going to keep relying on him. But I think Jeffersonville also has to kind of look for some of Rutherford and Thornton and some of those other guys on the receiving side. And hopefully this half, Wimberley will be able to not have to scramble for his life and have total negative yardage. Floyd Central's case, when I wrote down their rosters before the game, I was surprised again. A lot of the names I wrote down weren't there. They've used a wide variety of people, but once again, I really like Weimer as quarterback, and I like the ball that he throws. Once again, we talked about the fact he only completed 3 passes and 10 yards. 3 out of 10 passes, but 124 yards. And, if they can catch some of those balls, they were wide open in that offensive set with the good deception in the backfield. So, those are the keys, I think, in the game. Stykes is their man carrying the ball. He carried it 7 times, as many almost as the rest combined, for a total of just 30 yards. So, it's going to be an interesting second half, and we're going to get there in about 2.5 minutes.
Defensively, Floyd Central seems to be keying on Cam Fuller, yet Fuller's still getting his yards. He's getting his yards, but again, you take 85 off that 132, and for 11 carries, the other 10 carries, biggest other carry were 12 and 11. After that, they've held him to 2-yard gains throughout. But like I say, if they can get that all he needs is a little crease. Yeah.
And he has the speed, the foot speed. He outran the entire secondary of Floyd Central to get that touchdown.
I think the biggest difference in the game from my perspective is the fact that there have been a couple of really severe defensive breakdowns on the part of the Jeffersonville secondary.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen those long touchdowns that took place, but there were a couple other drop passes that should have been long touchdowns as well. And Floyd Central is finding ways to get wide open and multiple receivers wide open downfield. How do you coach that up at the halftime?
Well, they're going to talk to their defenders, their secondary. And here again, there's no reason, there's no excuse. It's a blown coverage any way you look at it. They must have been up too far. I know they are playing bump and run on the wideouts, and maybe you get a little bump and they get a little run, and that's what But if they can just catch that ball, Floyd Central can just catch that ball. I feel so sorry for Weimer, 3 of 10. He should have probably been 6 or 7 of 10 if balls were caught that weren't caught.
With maybe 3 touchdowns through the air.
Yeah.
That was, he really was doing a number on it. Your sheets are blowing away there.
Oh, my. Can't find them.
Just a little bit of a breeze here, but just a perfect football night. As you get to mid-September, things are great, but, it won't be long. A couple more weeks, 3 weeks, and there's going to be a nip in the air.
I will be wearing gloves.
That'd be about the time you're taking your cruise, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming up in October.
Paul's going to abandon me at some point, and then I'll just be me and a pair of mittens, and that's all we'll have up here. But under a minute to go here at halftime, as you can see the clock on the screen there as we prepare for second half. And I want to thank all of our sponsors. A couple of sponsors I want to make you aware of. Cracker Barrel is always looking for good help. If you are interested in a career, you're just looking for a job right now, Cracker Barrel is looking for some good folks, and great place to work. And heck, I guarantee you probably get some sort of discount on food.
Great. It's a good place to eat, too.
Yeah, it's a great place to eat, because if that were the case, I may go up and work part-time just at Cracker Barrel, but we appreciate their support.
I'd gain too much weight if I did that.
Yeah, that's for sure. Absolutely. That's one of the reasons I don't go there too often, because my wife won't let me. Another sponsor that helps make these broadcasts possible. Some of these sponsors don't want much. They just say, hey, we want to help you out a little bit, and if you mention our name, we're appreciative. And one of those is Mikowski Oil in Jeffersonville, and they can help you with your home heating and fuel needs as we get into the colder months. That becomes a bigger and bigger issue. Mikowski Oil in Jeffersonville, 282-2503, their phone number. So we appreciate their support as well. Some great folks making our broadcast possible, and we thank them all for what they do. This quarter brought to you by Call's Auto Center in New Albany. They one of those fine places that take the damage you do and make it as if it never even happened. And that's pretty good, because I can do a lot of damage sometimes.
What can Jeffersonville do to turn this thing around in the second half? Down 2 touchdowns, and got a good kicker here now. We know that. Hassan has been putting the ball in the end zone, so chances of a run back are not all that great. As a matter of fact, the Jeff receivers they continue to back up. I think they're remembering now where they came from. They're back to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I'd probably just stand on the 1.
Yeah.
Anything in front of me, you take. Anything behind me, don't even bother with. And
well, in high school, if the ball breaks the plane of the end zone, it's an automatic touchback. So.
Yep. Hustling ready to kick off. Last-minute player swap. And we're set to go here. The whistle, and we got 24 minutes of football left here, folks. Ain't nobody going to bring that one back.
What a leg. Almost hit the back of the end zone.
And he's done that a couple of times here tonight.
Nice leg.
Ball will start on the 20-yard line for Jeffersonville, and this is a payoff for winning the coin toss beginning of the game. They wanted the ball to start the second half. They've got it.
You know something, Mike? I looked at the roster. I had forgotten the fact that Hassan is just a sophomore with a leg like that. He'd be around for a couple more years.
Yeah, he's got a leg.
And I'm telling you, he'll get some looks at kicking the ball that well. He'll get some looks at some D1 schools, I'm betting.
1st and 10 Jeffersonville. They'll start at their own 20-yard line, and we'll see what they've got. Let's see if Coach Browning has some magic up his sleeve there at halftime. Wembley under center. Quick pitch to Fuller. Left side, and he'll get run out of bounds. He'll pick up about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2. Nice carry to start the second half here for Cam Fuller.
No surprise that he gets the handoff to start the second half. Looking to break another one like he did in the first half, that 85-yard scamper. High backfield, slot to the right.
2nd down and 2. Quarterback moving his players around. And a timeout called by Jeffersonville because they couldn't get their formation straight. Coach not happy with that. And this is just to keep the penalty yards from being tacked on.
Coach Browning not happy.
No, you don't want to burn a timeout that early here in the second half. Only 11 seconds gone, and they've already had to burn a timeout. He's not pleased.
Go out and talk to his quarterback, Wimberly. What's going on out here, he asks. I think I heard Coach Browning say this is his third year here at Jeffersonville.
As the head coach, yes.
As head coach, and then 10 years in coaching.
Longtime assistant, had his chance 3 years ago and has tried to make the most of it. A lot of guys would love to coach here. Handoff up the middle to the fullback. Tries to get to the first down. He's going to get the yardage out to the 31. It'll be 1st and 10. Jeffersonville moves the chains.
And the ball carrier, was that number 30 I saw?
It was. Jolly Little, I believe, or Little Jolly. I cannot read the score sheet anymore, so anybody I don't know, I don't know.
I'm having a hard time also.
Folks, we're outside. We're not actually in a press box, and when the lights went out, they really went out. Wimberly long into the hands.
Rutherford.
Great catch and a nice run after the fact. DeAndre Rutherford out across the 40 to the 38-yard line. He's quite the weapon.
31 yards. And that's what I thought they needed to do some more of. They can open up Fuller on some of the runs and get some passes downfield. Nice pass that time by Wimberly.
1st and 10, Wimberly moving around, going under center. Eye backfield behind him, and motion. Illegal procedure, I think, is what's going to be the call. I don't think everybody was set.
Again, that's the 5th penalty.
5-yard variety.
Offsides is the call. They'll move the ball back to the 42 or 43-yard line.
Put up a 1st and 15, but one thing we found tonight, those 1st and 15, 1st and 20, 1st and 25, not really been a problem for either team.
And they go to the playbook and they say, let me find one of those 25-yard plays.
Yeah, I got one of those. 21-7, Floyd Central on top. Had the lead to start with and have not relinquished it.
Fuller not going to go anywhere. Got a yard.
Good pursuit by the Floyd Central defense. A number of white jerseys in on that stop. Ball down to the 43. They're going to say really no gain at all. It'll be 2nd and 15. Pleasant night. Breeze coming out of the east tonight.
Feels great.
It is beautiful. If every night were like this, I wouldn't complain. I tell you, well, yeah, I might. I'd probably find something to complain about.
Who needs that Florida sunshine, right?
Wimberly going to pass, decides to pull it down and run, and great recovery by the defense, including Cundiff and Striegel. They chased him down. He only picked up about 3-4 yards on that. It's going to be 3rd and about 11, so we'll give him 4 and be generous. Okay. Big 3rd down play here. Would you call this 4-down territory, Paul?
No. Not if it's a distant, I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
Third and long. If it were 3rd and reasonable, maybe.
I start getting comfortable inside the 35. Nice pass out here to the flat, and it's a pitch and a catch. Nice catch.
26-yard line. 13 yards. I'm telling you, Rutherford is a good target for Wimberly. That's his 4th catch already, and 42 in the first half and another 44 in this half.
Wimberly, very accurate thrower there. Nice target in Rutherford. put it right in his hands.
This is what Jeffersonville really, really needs. Now they need to go on down and punch this thing in if they want to have a chance to win this ball game tonight.
1st and 10 to the 25. Wemberly in the shotgun. 2 in the backfield. Hand off to Fuller. Up the middle. He goes back to the line of scrimmage. No more. 2nd and 10. Floyd Central seems to have solved the run, at least this first series of the second half. It's the passing game that's been the bugaboo for them.
And what do you think then that Jeffersonville ought to be doing on this 2nd and 10?
I'd be passing.
I'd be looking for Rutherford, I think.
Not quite as fast as Johnny Rutherford, but
he's in the slot to the left.
People are going, who? Wemberly fakes the handoff, throws it up in the air, into the hands of Rutherford and out.
No, that wasn't Rutherford. That was 13.
13, sorry. I saw the 3,
Thornton,
not the 1.
Thornton.
Thornton had a chance, but couldn't quite pull it in. I saw a 3, but I didn't catch the 1. Sorry.
I knew he was in the slot to the other side. That's the only reason I corrected you. Ball on the 31-yard, the 26-yard line. 3rd down. 3rd and 10. Now I would say, Mike, like you said, probably four down territory.
Punting doesn't do you much at this point. Wemberly drops back, puts it up, has a receiver. Guess who?
Rutherford. Oh,
breaks
nice
a tackle.
Nice catch and run.
Inside the red zone. And a 1st and goal at the 3. We thought Fuller would be the lethal weapon, but it's turning out to be Rutherford so far in this half.
23 yards on that pass, catch, and run. Ball on the 4-yard line. Important for Jeffersonville to come away from 7 points on this possession. Uh-oh, now we got too many players on the field. Going to be another 5-yard penalty against the Red Devils. That does not help them any. This normally
didn't get off in time?
I think not.
Because he didn't run a play.
Well, I saw the flag fly as the runner was trying to run off. The quarterback had already called a snap number. And I think that's the definition of too many men on the field.
I didn't realize he'd started his cadence. So
ball on the 8.
That's a mistake. You got to keep your eyes open if you're the quarterback and know where your personnel are. Wemberly, 1st and goal, but this time back at the 8. Fuller
falls forward.
Trips up a little bit. I don't know if it's on his own feet or somebody else's, but he goes forward about a yard. 2nd and goal from the 7. 21-14, Floyd Central. 2-touchdown advantage. Jeffersonville threatening here at the first drive of the second half. They've chewed up 5 minutes so far of the half.
They've had some good possessions. They just got to come away with the points. Ball on the 7-yard line. I'm squinting. I'm trying to get these numbers down here.
You're doing heroic efforts over there. I don't.
He's in trouble. Oh, nice release.
Saw Fuller try to get it to him. We're going to have a penalty.
I think he's going to get him for downing the ball. It looked to me like he had a receiver that he was throwing to. Is that going to go against Jeffersonville?
I can't believe that.
I would argue that call if it is.
See what the signal is here again. I wasn't sure what he was signaling.
A hand on the head, I think, is down. No, excuse me. Personal foul, Highlander. There you go.
Well, there's a break for the Red Devils. So they'll move the ball down to the 3. And it remains 2nd and goal at the 3 now.
Well, and that's where they kind of started from.
Yeah.
Until they got their penalty. Now you'd have to think it's Fuller time.
Oh, he's the only man in the backfield, so if it's a run, it's most likely going to be him unless Wimberly decides to keep it himself, which he could do. He's pretty agile. But I have a feeling that's not the call, and it isn't. Fuller with a touchdown. 3-yard scamper. 6:32 to go in the third quarter. Jeffersonville pulls to within one score, 21-13. Scott lines up for the kick. They hustle out there. They don't waste any time. Quick formation. Snap and hold are good. And the kick is good as well. 21-14. And that's kind of what you wanted to see if you were a Red Devil fan. Now we got a one-score ball game.
It is a ball game, absolutely. And again, they did it a lot with the passing, Mike, as we thought they might. I mean, Fuller's going to get his yards, you know that. But, boy, if Rutherford can get open, he and another running mate, Thornton, another wide receiver. I'm like you. This is a ball game now, 7-point game. 6:32 left in the third quarter. Jeffersonville going to kick off, but they have not been able to pin the Highlanders down back very far on the kickoff.
No, their kicking game doesn't measure up to Floyd Central's for sure.
They've been handling the ball at about the 15-yard line. Big difference with Husong for Floyd Central, who puts it out of the end zone.
Yeah. That is a weapon, too. When you start the opposing team at the 20 every time.
37, the kicker. Not to belittle him.
Yeah.
Seth Scott. He's a junior.
He's not doing a bad job for a high school kicker. It's
not at all.
Husling's got a heck of a leg for a high school sophomore. Floyd Central student section now getting a little excited, making some noise. Scott's kick high, end over end, and taking it to 15-yard line.
Nice run back. Not only do they get there's a face mask coming in, I think I saw that.
I believe you're correct.
Not only are they getting the ball at the 15, but they're getting another 30 or 40 yards on the run back itself. And now they may even get 15 more yards on face mask, if I saw correctly.
I have a feeling you're correct. 21-14 ball game. Jeffersonville fought back in this one. Had a feeling there, especially in the first quarter, this one may get away from Jeffersonville and Floyd Central might run away, but that has not been the case. Face mask against the Red Devils. And they'll mark it off. Just an incidental call, so only a 5-yard variety. It'll put the ball out at the 48-yard line, and Floyd Central got a short field to work from. The gift that keeps on giving.
48-yard line.
Weimer under center. Hands it off. Rogers coming around from the right side. Kind of an end-around type play, and that's just nothing there. Great defense for the Red Devils.
Actually picked up 4 yards, 4.5, maybe 5 yards.
Didn't look like he got that much.
No, and who did we say the carrier was that time?
That was Rogers, Zach Rogers.
Okay.
Number 46. And he was a hustling and a bustling. He did pick up 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Nice run. Didn't look like he made that much positive yards. He ran a long way. Weimer in the shotgun. Stites behind him. He gets the handoff. Goes right side. Nice hole from the offensive line, but only about 3 yards, 2-3 yards on the carry. It closed up as quickly as it opened. Down to the 46-yard line, 3rd and 4. Floyd Central quickly up to the line. And set. And a quick snap. Nice second effort. Cundiff gets it out to the 44-yard line, maybe 43. See where they spot it. 4th and 1, a long one. Cundiff with the carry again, and he powers his way forward. I think he's going to have it. We'll see what the whistle is.
He is a hard runner.
They'll spot it at the 42. I think that's all he needed. And they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10, Floyd Central.
Tough yards that time by Cundiff. That was his 5th carry of the game. Not a whole lot of yards. He's the short yardage back. We know that.
It's good to have him in there and give some of the other guys a break. Timeout taken by the referees. Equipment issue here?
Yeah, it's an equipment. One of the Jeffersonville players evidently got a helmet issue. 4:55 left in the 3rd quarter.
And emphasis on player safety. They're going to make sure that especially the helmets are operating as they're designed before they'll start play again. That's good. Weimer in the shotgun. Cundiff to his left. Man in motion. And a handoff to Cundiff again. He bursts through and loses the ball. It's stripped from him and taken. Fumble. Cundiff just basically is stripped. Number 18 was the one who recovered the ball. I cannot see the score sheet here, so I can't tell you who that is. But the Red Devils get a break. That's the first turnover of the ball game, isn't it? Am I missing something? No, that was an interception. There was an interception Jeff threw. So, okay, the turnovers have equaled out now. One for each.
Ball on their own 38-yard line.
Stops a drive, gives them a chance to tie the ball game up. 4:42, 3rd quarter. 21-14 ball game. Jeffersonville hoping to tie it on this possession. Fuller with a handoff. Gets to the corner. He is so quick. Late flag.
Got to be face mask.
He's got some acceleration as he comes out of there. You think, some of these guys, you see the arm tackles, they think they're there, but they're not.
They're not going to tackle him in the open field with an arm tackle.
Personal foul, 15-yard variety, a face mask. Add 15 to his gain. And that will put the ball in Highlander territory. Got to the 41, tack on another 15. And it should be on the 44-yard line of Floyd Central, if I'm not mistaken. Long conversation here about what they want to do.
Well, major penalty, you know they've got to accept that.
I can't imagine any outcome different than that. And it will be a first down, ball down to the 44-yard line. Turnover, now a big defensive mistake on the face mask penalty, and Jeffersonville, they're on the move.
Well, if you're Coach Gleason or on the Floyd Central side, you sure hated to see that fumble. Moving the ball.
Wimberly drops back to pass. He's got time. Good protection. Throws it down the middle of the field. Rutherford streaking over there to it. Can't get there. Incomplete.
Once again, Wimberly running for his life back there. Just couldn't get quite enough on that pass. Had Rutherford open downfield, but when you're running to your right and kind of throwing back over your shoulder, that's a tough pass to make.
That's a tough at any level of football, unless you're Brett Favre.
Who's that?
He'll throw it so hard it'll burn your hands.
You must be a Packer fan.
No, I just I do respect Brett Favre, though.
I hear you.
Thornton, nowhere to go. Lost a couple, that one. Ball back to the 46. It'll be 3rd and 12. Floyd Central trying to get this ball back. They turned it over on the fumble by Cundiff.
Big play, 3rd and 12. You'd think a pass play.
Wimberly back, puts it up, and through the hands of the receiver, number 10 was the target.
Just a little bit overthrown.
If you could see who that was.
That was Isaiah Carter, wide receiver. 4th and 12. That's got to be a punt.
And this
Field
is
position.
punt team out on the field. And this one's not going to be a great punt. Goes out of bounds, but it does pin the Highlanders back, so it's successful in that regard.
17-yard line.
Highlanders take over 1st and 10. So the turnover doesn't cost them any points. That's the one positive thing you can say about that. Every coach says,
well, it stopped their momentum, though. That was the hurtful thing as far as Floyd was concerned. Had some momentum going down the field. Now they're going to have to start all over again. 3:30 left in the third quarter. Floyd Central ahead of the Jeffersonville Red Devils, 21-14.
Weimer under center. I believe that's Stites behind him. Fakes the handoff. Now it's going to be a pass. Weimer rolls to his right, throws it up. He's got a man open gun. Can't get there. Incomplete. 7 seconds off the clock in that play. Nothing to show for it, though. It'll be 2nd and 10. Not a bad play call. It's just slow to develop.
It's a hard pass to make. Once again, you're on a run, trying to throw the ball 50 yards on a run. That's your Brett Favre type pass.
Yeah. Well, he's not here. So
no, Weimer is, though. He's back there in a gun. Oh, snap over his head, back to the goal line.
Well, they call that
if Jeffersonville fouls on it, it's a touchdown. I guess Weimer covered it.
Weimer covered it at the 1.
Oh, my goodness.
That was dangerous.
Had no chance. Ball snapped clearly over his head.
Yeah.
Talk about field position, 3rd and 27.
Yeah, this is problematic. Big break for the Red Devils. Shotgun again, Weimer back there. Man in motion is Rogers. Reverses his field.
Stuffed at the line, back to the line of scrimmage.
They say he got out of the end zone, but nothing more, and that's going to bring out the punt team, and Floyd Central will be happy to kick this one away because that was nearly a disaster.
Stykes, the ball carrier, no place to run. So heels are going to be on the back of the end zone.
What in the Sam Hill was going on there?
I don't know.
That was
got the ball all the way out to the 42-yard line.
Nobody was set. Everybody was moving. What is the center thinking?
Oh, it's a penalty. Half the distance to the goal.
I don't understand.
Be a foot.
I mean, yeah. What? Okay. They're teenagers, Mike. Just let it go.
And public announcer said it's on the 6-inch line.
Not a great punt, but it's out of the end zone. Taking it. Oh, ball loose, and it's.
I think Jeff might have got back on it.
Nope, Floyd Central came up with it.
Did they?
Yes. First down, Highlanders at the 28, 29-yard line.
How do I mark that down?
Forward punt, recovery, fumble, and
another
recovery.
Fumble.
And they get the ball out to the 28-yard line, 1 yard farther than when they were out there the last time. Or where they needed to get, I should say. All right, 1st and 10. Highlanders catch a break there. Another turnover. That's the 2nd on Jeffersonville. Fakes the handoff. Weimer calls his own number.
Nice run up to the 40.
Stays in bounds. Clock continues to run. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Weimer, nice run. He gets a first down. So it will stop the clock when they set the chains out to the 40-yard line. A 12-yard carry. Not bad.
Well, it makes up for that 16-yard loss he just had with the snap that went over his head.
We really can't pin that on him, but it goes against him in the record.
It does. It's the only person I can write it by.
Center lost 16 yards, but doesn't work that way.
Timeout, Jeffersonville.
Jeff wants a break. They need to talk this over.
I guess that's their second time out in the second half, however.
Well, they take a break. I guess we can take one as well. We'll take a quick look at things and be back as soon as I can read my board here. We'll be back right after this on glycod.com. Stay with us.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
Back to the action here. Timeout over. Floyd Central back and lined up with a 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Mike Beck, Paul Love with you tonight here at Jeffersonville with the Highlanders lead. The Red Devils 21-14 with just a minute 45 to go in the third quarter. Glycod.com coverage, and now the
play clock is down to 19, so they had some extra time.
Make sure everybody's on the same page here. And set. And there's the snap. Wildcat. Edwards runs around the right side, and a nice gain out across the 45 down to close to the 40-yard line before he's taken out of bounds. I believe that's Tyler Edwards who scored that one of the touchdowns on that Wildcat.
He did on a 41-yard gain. That goes to the 42, so that's 8 and 10. That's 18 yards on the carry.
1st and 10. And he stays in there, goes back to the left side. Nothing doing this time. Jeffersonville sniffed that one out. No gains. Matter of fact, he may have lost about 6 inches. Weimer comes back in the ball game. I'm not sure if Weimer's just dinged up or
don't know.
If he just got tired, needed a catch a wind.
He just ran the 12-yard gain.
He did take a pop. I saw him get hit pretty good on that.
Possible passing situation. 2nd and 11.
Motion man is Stites. Comes back. Fakes the handoff to him. Weimer slides to his left. Puts the ball up. Has a receiver, and that's Sequeira. Sequeira makes the catch. Inside the 15-yard line. Nice pass. Weimer gets his feet set. He throws a pretty ball down to the 14. 42-14, and they're quickly to the line. Jeffersonville not quite ready for that. There we go. Pitch to Stites, goes to the right, turns it up. Looked for a seam, found a few yards there.
Floyd Central knocking on the door again.
And we got a Red Devil player down. We got 2 Devils on the ground. One of them hops up, hobbles off.
Stikes must have got about, you give that 5 yards on that yard marker?
We get 2 Red Devils coming off of the defense, number 30 and 92, both hobbling. Appear to be okay. They got up and ran off under their own power. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. 39 seconds to go, third quarter. 21-14 ball game. Floyd Central has led the entire way. But Jeff has not quit. Weimer sets the team. Rogers in motion, slides across. Handoff to Cundiff. Nice run down inside the 10, perhaps to the 5-yard line. And that may be another first down. And it appears it is 1st and goal. Floyd Central at the 5.
Cundiff.
Are they saying it's no? Is it a 1st and goal or not?
No.
Third. Or they say it's 3rd and inches.
3rd and the length of a football.
And they're going to let the quarter run out so that the end of 3. Floyd Central 21. Jeffersonville 14. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with our fourth quarter coverage right after this on Glycod.com.
The W.M. Kelly Company, complete metal manufacturing located in New Albany. They are always looking for experienced welders and machine operators. If you're interested in becoming part of their team, contact W.M. Kelly's Human Resources Office at 812-945-3529 or send an email to info@wmkelly.com.
Whether your car needs a routine fix or an important repair, you'll want to take it to Vonyers, family owned in Jeffersonville since 1981, with old-fashioned values including honesty and integrity. Vonyers is dedicated to giving your car the best possible service in the industry. That's why service is our product at Vonyers, located at 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville. Call 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. Online at Vonyers.com.
Locally owned and operated, Hoosier Termite and Pest Control is proud to be a supporter of Kentucky.
Mike Beck, Paul Love back to the action with Floyd Central inches away here, 3rd and inches on the 5-yard line. Tight offensive formation. We had to jump out of the commercial, did not want to miss this play. And Coach Gleason's going out there having a conversation with somebody. He's not happy.
This is Cundiff territory, I think, but remembering that he did fumble the ball the last possession in that up the middle run, power run. And the discussion continues on the 5-yard line. We have no indication of what the discussion is about, but all the officials gathered between the line. The players are ready to go. They're lined up, offense and defense.
Rudely, they never tell us what's happening. It's as if it doesn't matter, to us anyway.
Well, you saw Coach Gleason come out onto the field and holler something out there, so he's asked for an interpretation of something. He's out there on the field again. I don't think he agrees with what they're coming up with. But anyway, Floyd Central getting ready, 3rd and 1. Big play.
As we've said, this is 4-down territory for the Highlanders, but you'd expect to hand off to Cundiff. Jeffersonville sensing the same thing. That's what it is. Cundiff got the ball, and he got the first down. He's inside the 5 to the 4, and that's all he needed to do. Weimer goes over and talks with the coach. First and goal, Floyd Central from the 4. This is a big series here. They'd like to push it back to a 2-touchdown lead and really put Jeff back on their heels.
That would be meaningful. Still got the floor factor for Jeffersonville.
Tight formation offensively and defensively. Weimer dives ahead, gets close.
Got a body length down to the 1.
They spot him down at the 2. Whoop. Camera got a mind of its own there.
All right, give it to the 2-yard gain. 2nd and goal on the 2-yard line. So again, you'd think Cundiff. We think that. He has got the most carries on the short yardage, that's for sure.
3 plays to go 2 yards. Doesn't seem like it'd be hard.
Well, I like the quarterback sneak attempt.
That was a good call. Didn't see that coming. And
here he goes. There's a good fake in the line, and Weimer.
Well, you sell that dive so many times.
Yes.
Even the defensive end bought it.
So Weimer, the recipient of the big TD, he has touchdown runs of 2 and 1. But they're touchdowns just the same.
And it pushes the score 27-14. And Hustling's kick makes it 28-14. 10:41 to go in the ball game. Jeffersonville has to start feeling a sense of urgency now. They trail by 2 touchdowns. They've got to find a way to score and get the ball back.
Two-touchdown lead for the Highlanders. Short runs by Weimer. Good deception, however. Good fake. We both thought that ball might go to Cundiff on the power play inside, but neatly the fake handoff to Cundiff, and Weimer keeps it and just walks untouched into the end zone.
Ball at the 40-yard line for the kickoff.
See if Hassan can find the end zone again.
Lines up, approaches the ball, and gets all of that. Right at the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Ball will come out to the 20, and that's where Jeffersonville will start. And they've got to go 80 yards to find the end zone. Let's give you another update here, brought to you by Brian Wright of the Allstate Insurance Agent in Jeffersonville. Columbus East is now pulled away from New Albany 63-27.
Ouch.
No update on the score. Silver Creek and Scottsburg still shows at 27-7. Charlestown has cut the lead to Providence 17-12. And the final, Salem 49, Clarksville nothing. Lions go 2-3. Screen pass. Cam Fuller has the ball, picks up 8. Good call. Put the ball in the best player's hands. So that's your scoreboard update. We'll check scores one more time before the end of the ball game. Tonight's score here, 28-14, Highlanders. They've led the entire way. Jeffersonville's gotten close a couple of times within one score, but then Floyd Central finds a way to extend it back out to 2.
They need to score on this possession, and fairly quickly.
Wimberly back, shotgun, handoff to Fuller, left side. Oh, what a big hit. He may have gotten the first down, but he took a pop. Nice defensive stop there. Fuller needed like 3. He got 3.5.
You're right. He took a good pop that time. Good tackle by the Highlanders. Wish we knew all the numbers of the tacklers.
Just really hard to make out.
But, Mike, they need more than 3 yards on plays.
That's for sure.
Clock winding down, 9:40 almost.
3 men in the backfield. You just have a feeling he's going to take a shot at Rutherford here at some point, and maybe this is it. Looks to his left, looks back to his right, and now he's run out of time. Escapes danger, finds Rutherford, and they said that people are crying for the flag. They didn't get it.
Not there. No, it wasn't. I give Wimberly credit. He sure did use his legs and create a possibility for. We talked about how Rutherford was his favorite target that far down the field. That could have been meaningful, obviously. I like the way Wimberly is able to stay on his feet and avoid tackles, scramble, if you will.
Not only that, he has the presence of mind to know where his receiver is, find him quickly, and get the ball. He does that well.
Nice arm.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Bad snap. This is trouble.
This is trouble.
He's just going to have to fall on it. Sequeira right there with him. And they cover it, but it'll stay Jeff Ball. All the way back to the 15-yard line. Now they're going to spot it at the 16. Oh, what a break for the Red Devils.
14-yard loss. Not good.
3rd and 24. Did I read that right?
Poor Wimberly is going to have some negative stats, but not his fault. I mean,
not at all.
He's done a good job scrambling and getting loose, but that ball over his head, no chance. Best he could do is fall on.
3rd and 26. Well, they've had this before, and they picked it up. They got 27. Let's see what they do this time. Passing situation. 5 men down the field. Wimberly running for his life, dancing around, trying to escape and just simply runs out of time. Taken down at the 10-yard line. They'll spot it at the 11. Had nowhere to go. Lost another 4 on that. It'll make it 3rd and 30, or 4th and 30. And no matter how you slice it, this is a punting situation.
Yeah, you can't give them the ball that close, though the punt is probably not going to push the Highlanders back too far as far as field position is concerned.
You're not even a spot for a fake punt here at this point.
Oh, nice.
Pretty
nice
decent kick. Nobody back there to return it.
And got a good roll down to the 40. Floyd Central's 37-yard line.
A little curious why they didn't try to return that punt.
Didn't have anybody back. I think they went for the block, evidently. Don't know why.
You're up by 2 touchdowns. That might be a little too aggressive. But Coach Gleason, he knows what he's doing. I'm not going to question it.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
Neither am I.
Folks, sometimes we ask questions, but that's not questioning. That's just like, wonder why he did that.
It's second guessing for sure, but like you said, I don't want to be in his shoes.
Oh, heavens.
He's done a heck of a job.
Yes, he has.
Papers keep flying away from me over here.
At least there's a little bit of a breeze. It was hot earlier. Weimer under center. Fakes the pitch to Stykes. Handoff back to Rogers. And a counter play. Breaks a tackle. And now it's a foot race up the left sideline. Finally taken out of bounds. But what a run. Rogers. All the way down to the 25-yard line where they spot it.
Makes a 38-yard run.
And that is how you reverse the field.
See, as part of the master plan on not covering that punt.
Was that it?
Yeah, no.
They had that drawn up.
No. It's not in the playbook.
Weimer under center, 3 men behind him in a short yardage formation. Is that Cundiff? It is. Look at that.
Nice strong run.
First down for Cundiff, 12-yard gain inside the 15 to the 13-yard line, and this could be a fatal blow here if they can get into the end zone. Well, the question sets up if Floyd Central continues on the path they're on. I have to ask, and we won't know till next week, are they a team that can challenge Columbus East because no one else has been able to do it?
Well, I'm not going to answer that because I want to be for our local teams.
I do too.
Yeah.
Hand off to Cundiff again.
Carrying the pile. Look at
what
this
a move. Holy cow.
Down to the 5.
I thought he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. He got 9 yards. Nice run by Cundiff. Mark at 8 yards, but what a nice work.
You just wonder if the backs of the Devils haven't been broken. Just kind of back on their heels again like the opening of the game. Remember, the Highlanders scored 2 quick touchdowns early, and you thought this is not going to be a very good ball game. Turned out to be a pretty good ball game, but this could seal it pretty much for the Highlanders if they can get one in here.
The snap, the handoff, Mr. Cundiff. I think he has the first down. He won't get any farther than that. Helmet comes off. Player will have to leave the field here for one play.
Got the first down.
First and goal at the 3-yard line, 2-yard line. Yep, at the 2. First and goal, 2 yards to the end zone. Floyd Central trying to strike a blow for victory here.
Is that 5:30 left in the game? That
it is.
The lights out. Yeah,
5:30.
Yeah, we're running out of time here if you're a Red Devil.
Weimer hands off to Cundiff, and he goes in untouched. And you can see the Red Devils just seem to have lost their energy. And with that, they may have lost the game here on that play. 34-14, now a 20-point advantage. Hustling in to try to tack on one more. Snap and the hold are good. Kick is true. Third, no, they say it was wide to the right. Just missed it. So looked like he had it, but a little wide to the right. And that may be all she wrote for the Red Devils. They'll get the ball back, but they're going to need a miracle. They got to strike fast and furious.
So Mr. Hassong is human, right?
He is,
missed one.
Apparently. Floyd Central, games still awaiting them in the Hoosier Hills Conference. They have to play, I believe, Columbus East next week.
Right.
I don't believe they've played Bedford yet.
Haven't played New Albany
And
yet.
they haven't played New Albany, among others. So those will be three big games. Bedford, we don't know what they're doing tonight, but they're started 4-0.
Yeah, they've beaten both Jeff and New Albany.
And I'm not sure if they're at Seymour or Jennings County tonight.
Not sure.
But either way, that's probably a win, and Bedford may start at 5-0. So interesting the way things shaking out in the hills. Nice kick. We've said that several times.
Same spot. Same spot. A yard shy of the back of the end zone. What a leg.
That's fun to watch. And I can't always say that about kickers.
No.
But that's fun.
Just a driving kick, too. Got good height, good hang, if you will.
The Jeffersonville faithful starting to empty out here.
Yeah, there's a homecoming dance tonight, so.
That's true.
You always like to win it, though, before your homecoming dance.
You do.
Makes it a lot more fun.
This is a tough game to schedule and schedule a homecoming for.
But got a note here from Matt Dennison at XVW. Seymour has upset Bedford.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Well,
just talking about that, and what do you know?
Thank you, Matt Dennison. Handoff Fuller, and he's in trouble. He's going to go down. And yet he falls forward and picks up 4 yards. I don't know how he does that.
Strong.
He is
Strong
a powerful
legs.
runner.
Strong legs. Give him 4 yards on the carry.
Under 5 minutes to go in this one. 34-14. Floyd Central really in control of the ball game. Jeffersonville hasn't had a bad game tonight. They've had a couple of turnovers at key points, and that's really hurt them. But you have to, I'd say you'd have to say Floyd Central's the better team tonight.
Oh, yeah. There's no question. Fuller, they've been able to contain Fuller as far as, except for the 185-yard touchdown run, of course.
Wemberly trying to find a receiver, gets it to his outlet man, and not there. And I think we may have a lineman too far downfield. You know, the longer the quarterback scrambles, the more the defense or the offensive linemen feel like they need to move, you know.
Right. Downfield blocks.
And that is a penalty. You can't leave, you can't get downfield.
But once again, Wemberly, feel for the young man. Scrambling around, running for his life. He's done a good job of that. That pass dropped, but we end up with another penalty. That'll be the 8th penalty.
5-yard variety. That'll make it 2nd and 11. Illegal receiver downfield or illegal man downfield. Number 52 for the Red Devils. Again, we're outdoors and it's dark. So, and I'm not 27 anymore. Maybe I could read it if I were younger, but I can't see the paper.
Don't ask me my age, please. Been around for a while.
North Harrison beat Brownstown tonight, I'm told.
That's interesting. North Harrison's having a good year.
17-14.
Yeah.
That makes that Silver Creek North Harrison game here in a week or two very important.
Fuller on the little screen, delay pass.
Gets positive yards once again out to the 25. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Silver Creek plays North Harrison in 2 weeks, Brownstown in 3. We'll be there for that Brownstown game, or I will for sure, on October 6th. But the North Harrison Cougars putting together a good season
They must
here.
have a pretty good team.
We'll get updates and scores across the spectrum here. Under three, almost 3.5 to go. Wemberley looking for somebody, sends Rutherford downfield.
He's got run room.
He's going to run it, pick up the first down. Oh,
neck tackle. Going to get big 15 yards on that.
I don't think the player meant to hurt him, but that's just how he grabbed him, and they're very protective of players these days.
I'm glad to see Wemberley
is okay.
Get some positive yards. Looks like he's okay. Tack on 15 yards, I'm sure.
10 yards on the gain.
You can't tackle him around the neck.
15 yards on the tackle. And, you know, it wasn't malicious.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't pretend to say that at all, but certainly not what is legal.
High tackle.
Tyler Edwards, he's been running the Wildcat tonight very successfully, but that time as a defender, he was a little high.
Not sure what all this discussion could be about. Officials on the 35-yard line.
They may have just gotten the North Harrison score, too, they're talking about.
Maybe that Bedford score.
Oh, I got to tell you, Bedford's probably a little shocked tonight.
Yeah.
And Seymour's got to be celebrating because Hoosier Hills Conference, anybody can beat anybody.
Except.
Yeah, there's that except. Well, I'm hoping we'll see an except next week.
Well, it could be. Could be. If Floyd can get healthy. I mean, the penalty has to be on the tackle at the end, and it has to be face mask type around the neck, collar.
There apparently is a flag back here, and there may be an offsetting penalty. I'm
Okay.
not sure. Maybe a hold.
Well, he gained 12 yards on the play, so we'll see what happens here.
Personal foul
against Floyd. That's for the tackle. And that's all there is to it.
Is that it? He seems like he wants to tell us something else.
5.
Face mask.
10.
Personal foul. Jeffersonville. What? Why did he say personal foul against Jeffersonville?
They marched off 15 yards one way, and then they turned around and marched off 15 yards back the other way.
Okay.
I call that offset.
We could have just called it offsetting penalties and not had the drama, but whatever. That is what it is. 3:32 to go. 34-14 your score. Jeffersonville trailing the Highlanders of Floyd Central and trying to figure out how to get some positive yards here. But thanks for all the work, refs, because that was entertaining, if nothing else.
Another high snap.
Oh, my gosh. He caught it.
Good
throws
athleticism.
it from side arm, trying to get it to Rutherford, incomplete.
Good athleticism to even come up with that ball.
And Wembley, I like this kid.
I do too.
He's a gamer. I mean, he's running for his life back there. He's having to deal with snaps 6 feet over his head. And he still tried to get it to Rutherford downfield and was close.
Wembley just a sophomore now. Don't forget that too.
Wembley is a sophomore.
That's what the roster says.
That's impressive. I was thinking he was a junior for some reason.
I'm reading it right now. Now it's light enough that, Mike, that I can't see this. It is a 10th grader.
Okay. There you go.
It's one step above a freshman.
Drops back, swing pass out to Fuller, incomplete. They're going to say it was a forward pass. It was close. But that's a break for the Red Devils. Stops the clock with 3:15 to go. 34-14 this game in the hands of the Highlanders tonight on homecoming night here at Jeffersonville.
Start the bus. It's time.
Rutherford checking out.
We could say once again, congratulations to senior Megan Gallagher. She was the homecoming queen here at Jeffersonville.
Homecoming queen.
Don't forget the young ladies.
That's right. Because in the end, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. I'm looking down at the cheerleaders, both squads. I mean, I'm looking at 20 or so cheerleaders. Both do outstanding jobs.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to football than yards per carry and what have you. 3:15 left.
Yep.
Floyd Central dominating here in the second half now, 34-14.
At its best, it unites communities and brings people together.
It's a good thing.
I'm a big supporter of high school athletics for all schools. Little flanker screen, Thornton. He'll get out across the 40 and maybe down at the 41-yard line. And it's going to bring up a fourth down play. The clock running now under 3 minutes to go. Highlanders going to go to 4-1 on the season, barring some dramatic turn of events here. Wemberly takes the snap. Screen to Fuller. Gets through the first tackler. Almost breaks free of the second. Falls forward. And the ball will turn over on downs. And Floyd Central can now basically just about run out the clock. They may have to get one first down to do it, but 34-14 with 2.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Mike Beck and Paul Love at Jeffersonville on an absolutely gorgeous night. You know, if you're not here, I hope you were at a high school football game somewhere, because people are going to complain in October when it's like freezing and out here shivering or it's raining. This is the night you want to be at a high school football game.
Nice breeze blowing. We're up high. Beautiful.
All across southern Indiana. And again, we'll remind you, next week, you and I are going to head up I-65, see these Highlanders once again, a rare back-to-back event for us. We don't usually see teams back-to-back like this.
See pretty good team play, I think, though. Columbus East.
I'm looking forward to it. I've never actually seen them play when I wasn't on the field, so it's the first time for me.
Quarterback sneak.
Weimer goes ahead 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Clock starts. We'll keep running. Can't imagine timeouts being used at this point.
And I can't imagine passing at this point either.
We'll put that up there on the screen. Just a reminder, Floyd Central at Columbus East. Next Friday night, our coverage begins at 6:30. Game kickoff at 7 o'clock. We hope you'll tune in for it. Right here on Glycod.com. And you're going to see the cream of the crop, maybe the two best teams in the Hoosier Hills Conference. Records might indicate such, especially after the Bedford loss tonight to Seymour. First down, Floyd Central. Cundiff on the carry down to the 31, and that should be all she wrote. 3 or 4 kneel downs, and this game is in the books. Floyd Central doesn't know how to slow the game down.
Well, they got their deep guy back there in case there is a fumble. They're going to just let the clock. They got 17 on the play clock. They're going to let it wind down. So I'm going to do some math here, Mike.
You start your ciphering over there.
Yeah.
Using all his fingers and toes here. Weimer counting it down to 2 seconds. Takes a knee. 1:15 to go. 40 seconds back on the play clock. And they'll start running that here and as soon as the ball's set. And it's running. So one more play, and that should be the ball game. Stay with us for our post-game coverage as we give you stats on this one. Final scores from all the area games that we can get information on. Plus, we'll pick our most outstanding player of the game tonight. And this one
be interesting.
Could be an interesting call because I could think of 3 or 4 players deserved. Weimer takes the knee. 28 seconds to go. And that is going to do it. That's the final play of the game. Floyd Central will head off to their sideline. Jeffersonville comes to theirs. They actually start coming out on the field to shake hands with time still on the clock. but it's academic. Final score here at Jeffersonville. Floyd Central 34, Jeffersonville 14. We'll go ahead and take a break. Game coverage right after this. We'll be right back. Stay with us, folks.
My dealer smells like roses and cinnamon gum.
When I was born, my dealer brought a teddy bear to the hospital.
My dealer pays for my college tuition.
She makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Plus, she comes to all of my basketball games.
Now he calls me princess, which I don't really like, but he's cool.
Sometimes she even does my laundry.
Don't turn someone who loves you into your dealer. If your name isn't on the label, the pills aren't yours.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call through your dental exam and recare appointments, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleanings to complex procedures. Call Annette or Joyce today at 812-944-5155 and see why 5 generations of patients still return to Carter Family Dentistry, located on Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm an extremely average golfer. I take my first full swing of the day and hit a perfect duck hook over the frontage road and right through your windshield. You yank the wheel and end up OB in a water hazard. And if you have cut rate insurance, you could be out a whole lot of green. So get Allstate.
And Floyd Knobs. Call Allstate agent Packy Page today.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Glycod's coverage of Kentuckiana Football Friday continues with the Postgame Show. A recap of tonight's action, recognition of tonight's top players, and scores of other games. Brought to you by Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. If you have crime information to report, contact the Clark County Sheriff's Office tip line at 812-280-2276 or email tips at clarkcosheriff.com.
And welcome back as our post-game coverage gets underway. Mike Beck and Paul Love here at Jeffersonville, where the final score was the Highlanders of Floyd Central 34, the Red Devils of Jeff 14. 20-point loss for Jeffersonville, and on homecoming night to boot. So not a great outcome for the Red Devils. Good night for the Highlanders, and we'll start breaking it down, trying to do a little dancing here, tap dancing, because Paul's ciphering over there. I can see him with his pencil. And but not a bad game. Jeffersonville had a couple opportunities, but just couldn't quite take advantage of it. Some turnovers, I think, were, as they always are, destructive. Ended up costing them some opportunities, and good game by Floyd Central roundabout. So do you have any numbers for me yet, sir?
I do. I can go over Floyd Central's maybe, and then we can take a break. I can look down through their scores, and I get a little light here. For the game, I have Floyd Central on the ground, 39 carries, 212 yards. In the air, just 4 of 13 and 73 yards. So total offense, rushing and passing, 43 plays, 286 yards. For Jeffersonville, most importantly, I guess, just give you the stat on Cam Fuller. I had him 19 carries, 155 yards. Give credit to Wimberly. He had negative yardage, but he was running for his life. Good passing night. I have Jeffersonville, 13 catches and about 13 for 25, and we'll go with 114. That's 143, 172 yards, 172. We'll talk about that. And then if you add the total offense, 172 with the 149, gives total offense 321 yards for the Red Devils. Again, Fuller carrying the ball 19 times, gaining 155 yards. Penalties, quite a bit against Jeffersonville. I have them for 8 penalties, most of them 5-yard variety. Floyd Central penalized a total of 5 times. So we can go over the scoring here in a minute if you want to, Mike, whatever you need to do to wrap things up. But
go ahead.
That's the stats. Okay.
If you have the scoring, let's go ahead and do that. We'll take a break after that, and then we'll be close to wrapping things up.
No problem. Let's go Jeffersonville first. Fuller on the 85-yard run in the first quarter with 2 seconds to go. First 7 points. Kick was good. Fuller also a 3-yard run for a touchdown, so he had 2 touchdowns on the night for the 2 touchdowns for Jeffersonville. Floyd Central, Edwards had a run of 41 in the first quarter on the 10:05 mark, and then right after that in the first quarter, 7:09 mark, Gum on a 64-yard pass play, both times kicked good by Husung. And then Waymer gets in the act, a 1-yard touchdown run, making the score 21-7. And then followed by Waymer another run, touchdown, 2 yards, just snuck it in. 28 points, kicks good. Kick failed on the last touchdown by Cundiff on a 2-yard run with 5:10 left in the fourth quarter. So 34 points the final for the Highlanders, 14 for Jeffersonville.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back with our most outstanding player of the game right after this on GlideCod.com. Stay with us, folks.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
The W.M. Kelly Company, complete metal manufacturing located in New Albany. They are always looking for experienced welders and machine operators. If you're interested in becoming part of their team, contact W.M. Kelly's Human Resources Office at 812-945-3529 or send an email to info@wmkelly.com. W.M. Kelly, designing, building, innovating.
Kentuckiana Insurance Center in Sellersburg protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. They're a full-service, independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing superior service and the best coverage possible. A Pacesetter agency for 28 years, Kentuckiana Insurance Center was awarded Motorist Coveted Pacesetter designation, the top recognition the company awards agents. Choose a Motorist Pacesetter agent to get the protection and security you need. Motorist Insurance, you know us. Call Earl of Bonneville or Larry Shepard at 812-246-4700. Many children in your community need a voice. That's why you should volunteer for CASA, court-appointed special advocates who stand for the best interest of abused and neglected children involved in the court system. CASA volunteers are ordinary community members, and as a volunteer, you'll receive plenty of training and have lots of resources to help you with your cases. For more information or to become a volunteer, contact your local CASA office or visit casaforchildren.org.
And we're back here. Mike Beck, Paul Love, and our post-game coverage. It continues. Floyd Central 34, Jeffersonville 14. Not the kind of homecoming night that the Red Devils were hoping to get, but somebody's going to be the most outstanding player of the game tonight, and no surprise it's going to go to a Highlander. Who did we settle on?
Well, I liked Coach Gleason's conversation before the game. He said, they next man up. They spread the ball around, whatever it takes to score. Had good games from Jason Cundiff. He had 13 carries, 50 yards. Also, Tyler Edwards had a touchdown and 3 carries, 63 yards, big time. But I thought the player of the game needs to go to the quarterback, Matt Weimer. A lot of the balls he threw were not caught and probably should have been, but the way he led the offense, and again, like we said, Mike, earlier, it might have been a defensive guy because they did a good job defensively, especially against the running threat of Cam Fuller for the most part throughout the night. So good team defense. It's just a good team victory, I think, for Floyd Central, but let's go with their leader, Matt Weimer, the quarterback.
Our most outstanding player tonight, Matt Weimer, the quarterback of the Highlanders, jersey number 1, and he's number 1 in our book this evening. Tonight's most outstanding player is brought to you by Allstate Insurance Agents Packy Page of Floyd Knobs and Brian Wright of Jeffersonville for a free quote or your car insurance. Stop by and see Packy or Brian's office today. Congratulations again to Matt Weimer. We'll take one more break. When we'll be back, we'll wrap things up right after this on Glycod.com. Stay with us, folks.
Whether your car needs a routine fix or an important repair, you'll want to take it to Vonyers, family owned in Jeffersonville since 1981, with old-fashioned values including honesty and integrity. Vonyers is dedicated to giving your car the best possible service in the industry. That's why service is our product at Vonyers, located at 1903 Dutch Lane in Jeffersonville. Call 812-283-6215. That's 812-283-6215. Online at Vonyers.com.
The Locker Room is proud to be a sponsor of Southern Indiana High School Sports, located in historic Jeff at 319 Spring Street. The Locker Room has been a business for over 40 years and was Southern Indiana's first screen printer. They specialize in wholesale screen printing, t-shirts, and have a full-time graphic artist on staff. No job is too big or small. The Locker Room invites you to team up with the best. For more information, call The Locker Room at 282-8600. That's 282-8600.
Westminster Village, Kentuckiana, a senior living community located in the heart of Clarksville, has been serving residents and the community for over 3 decades. Even if your needs change, your home doesn't have to. Independent apartments, assisted living, rehab programs, and skilled nursing. Call 812-282-9691 to schedule a tour and to find out more. Find Westminster Village, Kentuckiana on Facebook and online.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Back here as our post-game coverage continues and winds down. Final score here at Jeffersonville, Floyd Central 34, Jeff 14. I'll give you some updates on scores at other games. Our final look at the scoreboard brought to you by Vonyers Auto Air. Nobody does it better in Jeffersonville than Vonyers Auto Air, so we appreciate their support of this broadcast. A final in, Salem knocks off Clarksville. They shut them out 49-0. Lions moved to 2-3. Generals dropped to 0-5. 30 straight losses for Clarksville. You got to be hoping and praying that they can find a way to get a win before the season is out. But tough luck for the Generals again this week. Final, not a final, but close to the end, and a merciful end it will be. Columbus East. What a dominant performance tonight, 77-34. Yeah. Just explodes in the second half against New Albany. The Bulldogs will drop another game. That's 2 in a row. They'll drop to 2-3. They'll fall to 2-3 on their season. Silver Creek goes on to beat Scottsburg 34-7, but they do lose their shutout streak in the first quarter. Scottsburg breaks that, but Silver Creek goes on to get the win there. Final. Dragons are now 5-0 on the season, their best start in program history. Hats off to them. Warriors are 2-3 in their first full varsity campaign. Not a bad start for Scottsburg. Providence beats Charlestown 17-12. Final there. So the
odd score.
Pioneers have put together 2 in a row, and we'll see what happens as they continue their season. Hats off to the Pioneers for getting on the win column. Charlestown having a little trouble this year.
They are. They'll come back though. I mean, they've got a good program. And just having one of those down years, as we discussed earlier.
Fundamentals are sound there for the Pirates. A couple of games, I won't swear to the score because I haven't seen it, but North Harrison knocks off Brownstown Central tonight. That's a big win because that sets up the North Harrison-Silver Creek game in 2 weeks.
Right.
The winner of that game could be the conference champion, and that would be a huge opportunity for either one of those teams.
Brownstown has dominated things, along with Charlestown a little bit the last few years. But, I mean, they've had such a strong program there, so maybe they, too, are having one of these not-so-great years or down years, you might say.
Yeah. Well, we'll be interesting to see that Silver Creek-Brownstown game in about 3 weeks. We'll update you on that. But and then the other one, the surprise that we got advised by a spectator here, the Seymour Owls knock off the previously unbeaten Bedford North Lawrence Stars. Not totally a shock. I think Bedford's a good team, but I don't know that they were a 5-0 team, and they turned out not to be. So
they're not, thanks to Matt Dennison, who shuffled that score to us. No score, just got the game.
The info. So that's the Voynier Auto Air scoreboard update, and we appreciate all their support. We'll turn our attention to where we'll be next week. We'll see these Highlanders again, a rare back-to-back performance for us, which helps us out in calling the game because we'll know all the players really well. But the Highlanders head up I-65. Man, they go to a place nobody in the Hoosier Hills Conference wants to go. New Albany found that tonight. They got doubled up on, plus some, 77-34 at last count. That's just a whooping, no matter how you say it.
I've never been there, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. And here again, Floyd Central controls their own destiny now. They're 3-0 in Hoosier Hills Conference, so going against the undefeated Columbus team, who knows?
If they pull off that win, they could potentially be your Hoosier Hills Conference champion, and that would be newsworthy just because nobody's done that in years outside of Columbus East. So we'll have that coverage starting next Friday night. 6:30 right here on Glycod.com. Kickoff begins at 7, and we encourage you to tune in and be a part of that broadcast. Paul, it's been fun. It's been great, but now it's time to head home, and I'm going to get my bags packed and head to Florida in 48 hours. So.
And I'm going to send my son home tomorrow.
It's always good to send them back. We appreciate all this. For a rebroadcast of this game tonight, be sure to check on Glycod.com. You can click on that for more. Tonight's executive producer was Steve Bird with music by Jason Shaw. The final score again, Floyd Central 34, Jeffersonville 14. For Paul Love, I'm Mike Beck saying good night from Jeffersonville. You've been listening and watching high school football on Glycod.com. God bless, take care, be safe on your way home, and we'll see you next week.
Tonight's live presentation of Kentuckiana Football Friday has been brought to you by Centra Credit Union for banking and financial services that are centered around you. By Hoosier Termite and Pest Control, quality technicians with a personal touch. By Kentuckiana Insurance Center, independent insurance agents serving Sellersburg for 30 years. By Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll, who reminds you not to text and drive. By W.M. Kelly Company in New Albany, designing, building, innovating, and now hiring. By Voynier's Auto Air in Jeff. By Our Place, providing drug and alcohol education services throughout southern Indiana. And by Allstate agents Brian Wright and Packy Page. They put you in good hands.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcast, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter at Glycod. We thank you for listening to this live sports presentation from Glycod Communications.